260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne. Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Parkview Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
And good evening, football fans. Welcome to SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, broadcasting live from the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School. Tonight, it's the Homestead Spartans taking on the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Before we begin tonight's broadcast, let's send it down to the sidelines for an opening prayer.
Well, welcome to the sidelines, everybody. I'm pleased to be joined this evening by Father Mark Gertner, our Vicar General of the Diocese, as well as the pastor of Our Lady of Good Hope and Chaplain Emeritus for Bishop Dwenger High School. Father, would you please lead us in prayer?
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Good Father in heaven, we give you thanks for all your many blessings. We especially thank you for the beauty of this night on which to watch a football game, to play a football game. We ask you to bless these athletes, keep them safe from all injury and harm, and help them to play with the spirit of sportsmanship. And we ask this through Christ our Lord. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Thank you, Father Mark. Back up to you guys.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bishop Dwenger High School. It is a big one in the SAC, let alone the state of Indiana. These two top contenders are getting ready to square off here, and it is a battle of the unbeatens. Hi, everybody. Alongside Corey Kitchen, I'm Sean McBride, and we have a whale of a contest coming to you live here on Redeemer Radio, as well as Summit City Sports. Corey Kitchen, we have a lot to talk about tonight and not a lot of time to do it. What do you have for us so far, sir?
Well, listen, I think both teams are so similar in what they do, Sean. Defensively, they both want to stop the run. They want to force the opponent into long yardage situations where they can pin their ears back and rush the passer. Both teams want to be able to run the ball well enough that they can use their play-action passing game to throw the ball when they want to, not when they have to. But for me, here's a simple key to this game. Homestead needs to find a way to score at least 3 touchdowns to win. You might say they average 43 a game, no problem. Well, in the Saints' last 18 games, or since the beginning of the 2018 season, defensive coordinator Casey Kolkman's starting defense has given up 3 touchdowns in a game just one time, a 21-13 loss to Snyder last October. It's the only time in 2 seasons they've given up 21 points, and it's their only loss. They're 17-1 in the last 2 years. So if the Spartans can put up 3 touchdowns, it gives them a shot. But even then, the Saints offense will have something to say about it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All right, the coin toss is over. We're going to send it down to the sidelines and check on the result with everyone's favorite sideline reporter, the godfather of football, Coach Dave X. Dave, welcome.
Hey, thanks, Sean. Hey, I'll tell you what, a lot of excitement down here, and this field is in absolute perfect condition, just like your living room carpet. The wind's blowing really strong towards the north. Dwenger won the toss, deferred, and will be kicking off with that wind towards their scoreboard. And, I mean, in the air, you can feel excitement, as you would expect, when 2 unbeaten teams meet. Back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Godfather. We would certainly like to thank our game sponsor, Parish Orthodontics. Doctors Brandon and Laura Parrish of Parish Orthodontics are the Game of the Week sponsor. Parish Orthodontics offers orthodontics for all ages with 7 locations around the Fort Wayne area. If you'd like that beautiful smile for a lifetime, check out parishorthodontics.com. All right, so we are getting ready to kick this one off. The Bishop Dwenger Saints will line up at their 40-yard line. They're going to be kicking right to left on your radio dial. They are receiving their final instructions. Got 2 men back deep for the Homestead Spartans. Looks like Archbold and Kistler back there, 2 outstanding players for the Homestead Spartans. Again, the first row test, we got so much to talk about tonight, Corey, but this is really the great test for both of these squads, in week 4.
It's a top 20 matchup in the state of Indiana, Sean. Sagarin Rankings has both of these teams inside the top 20, regardless of class. This is the best game in the state of Indiana, north of Indianapolis tonight, and I'm fired up to watch it.
That's exactly right. Belanda is in for the kickoff. It's lined up at the 40, right in the middle of the field. The arm goes up. The whistles are getting ready to blow. And here we go. Ball is in the air, end-over-end kick, floating to the far side of the field, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Yes, and the Saints are thrilled to see that. They will force Homestead to go the full length of the field here.
So Kistler can't get his hands on it that time, and we will see to begin the Homestead offense. They are led by the D1 commit. Will it be basketball? Will it be football? We don't know yet, but Luke Goody, number 12, is the junior quarterback, checks in at 6'6", 170. He is deadly through the air and has an arsenal of weapons at his fingertips.
No doubt about it. 678 yards on the season and 10 touchdowns through the air, Sean. He leads the area in both categories.
In the backfield, along with Goody, will be number 26, the workhorse for the Homestead Spartans. That is Braden Hardwick. We're going to talk about him a lot tonight. He's number 26. He's offset. Now from the right side goes to the left. They swap tight ends and wing backs. Here's a snap. Give to Cam Rogers around the end. Tries to break some tackles. Gets out to the flats. Goes nowhere. Maybe a yard at the most.
Just a little power back outside zone run. And when I say zone, the offensive line is just kind of all filtering their way to the left. They don't have a man scheme where they're blocking an individual man, but they're blocking a space, and they're trying to set the edge on the left side, and we're unable to do it that time thanks to the Dwenger defense.
Yeah, no gain that time. Brings up 2nd and 10 now from the 20. Single setback out of the pistol. 2 wide outs to the right side, 1 wide left. Here's a read option. Give to the tailback. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, bowling his way forward for a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Outstanding stop in there. Looked like Lucas Crone was maybe there first. Also Devin Tipman on that tackle of Braden Hardwick up the middle. Going to set up a 3rd and long right out of the gate for the Homestead Spartans.
We'll call it a gain of 3 that time for Hardwick. Brings up 3rd and 7 now. Ball at their own 23-yard line. Homestead very patient on offense. They don't really huddle, but they do go to the sidelines. They like to check what defense the sets up. They can check off and get a play wagged in. But here they go, ready to go on 3rd and 7. He looks to throw. Blitz comes. He's got pressure. Gets it out into the air. It's open. He's caught at the 40, the 45, and dropped at the 47-yard line.
Great little spot route by number 6, Kistler, for the Homestead Spartans. Goody had to step up in the pocket to avoid some pressure, but was able to do that, buy himself a little more time, and complete that over the middle.
So out to the 47-yard line that time. Looks like a 24-yard pass. Good to Kistler. And a 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Shy of the 50-yard line at their own 47. Single setback, wing to the left side, man in motion out to the right side. Snap, give to Archibald. No, play action. He's flush from the pocket. Throws, he's going to go down, chucks the ball. He was in the grasp, and a flag comes out.
Jordan Watercutter picked up right where he left off a year ago. He's in the backfield, in the quarterback's face, had him in the grasp, and I think we've got looks like an intentional grounding call here, Sean.
White hat comes out from the flag. And it will be intentional grounding against Homestead. Now the flag is dropped back at the 34-yard line. And that is a big penalty against the Spartans.
Sure is. Spot foul and loss of down. Big one.
So they mark off an additional 5, but that was, again, a huge play by Watercutter, number 42, to break in off that edge and get to Goody.
Nobody bought the play action on that one.
No, they did not, yeah. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 28 now as the ball is resting back at their 29-yard line. They started it back at the 47, so they've got a long road to hoe at this point. Sun in the eyes. Here's a snap. Looks to throw. Little screen. He's got his man. It's caught. Gets out to the 30 and slides down. And another flag comes out. That may be holding against the receiver.
I think that's exactly right. I think we got Jake Archibald on the edge with his hands holding a jersey out there for the Saints, and we're going to add some more yardage onto this potentially, unless they decide to decline. No, they'll take them back.
They will move them back. Spot of the foul was at the 30. No, they did decline it. Okay, all right. So they'll burn the down. It's what they'll do. The completion stands, but it's only out to the 31-yard line. They need to get into Dwenger territory to the Dwenger 43. So 3rd and forever here for Homestead on their first drive from scrimmage. It's going to be a trips package out to the left side. Single setback on Hardwick. He's offset to the left as well from the shotgun. Saints shows a delayed blitz. Here's a screen. He's got his man. He's at the 30, the 35, cuts it up, gets to the 39, and is dropped by 2 Saints.
Outstanding job of an open field tackle over there by Howie Steele. Also on the tackle was Hayden Ellinger. Did a great job of sort of bending but not breaking. They knew where the first down marker was.
We have a flag on the play. Apparently there was a roughing the passer against the Saints. Wow, didn't even see that.
That's a big one.
That is a huge mistake by the Saints. 15 and an automatic first down. Let's see what happens here. They start from the 40, take it into Dwenger territory, and put it at the 45.
Wow, the Saints defense really bailed them out with that particular. I didn't get a number on that offense, but that's a big penalty in the scope of this game.
It surely is, and it is an automatic first down. The penalty was not enough, or the play was not enough, but the penalty did give them an automatic first down. So the drive stays alive for Homestead here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 at the Dwenger 45-yard line. Wing shifts to the left side. Here's a snap. Give through the middle. He's got a little bit of room. Dances outside. He's got some more room. Puts a shoulder into it and rolls forward to the 35.
Best run they've had all night, the Homestead Spartans. Braden Hardwick off the right side. Another inside zone play, and found some daylight there.
That is a 9-yard carry that time for Hardwick. And it's going to bring up 2nd and inches now, just north of the 35-yard line of the Saints. We've got 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Zeros on the scoreboard. This is Homestead's first drive. 2 wideouts to the left, single setback, and a wideout right. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback, looks for room through the middle, squirts through, gets into the linebacker core, has enough for the first down to the 32.
Ran a split zone play that time. Same sort of scheme, although their H-back, Rogers, will pick up the backside defensive end, and they'll still run it inside. Hardwick picked up enough yardage for a first down.
3 fresh jerseys in for the Saints as their 3-down linemen. And a first and 10 coming up here for the Spartans at the 32-yard line. Little lines up as a tight end right side. Man in motion now coming across the line to the left. Fake it to him, give through the middle. Hardwick stuck right at the line of scrimmage, falling forward near the 30.
Devin Tittman did not bite whatsoever on that jet sweep fake. He was standing right there at his middle linebacker spot and took Hardwick down after a gain of about 1.5.
Brings up 2nd and long now for the Homestead Spartans as they look to the sidelines for the play.
Coach Bill Skelton is their offensive coordinator at Homestead High School. Does a great job and loves to look over the defense before he calls the play.
2 wideouts to the left. Wing shifts from the left to the right. Dwenger shows pressure. Fake, throw, screen. He's got his man. It's caught. No yards after the catch, and he is dropped at the 26-yard line.
Jake Archbold on the catch. Jake was splitting time at quarterback a year ago with Luke Goody, but he's become kind of their Swiss Army knife at Homestead. He'll play receiver. He'll play some in the running back. Starts at defensive back, runs back kicks, does it all for the Spartans.
It's a critical 3rd down here for the Homestead Spartans. They've got about 3rd and 4 coming up with the ball on the Saints' 26-yard line. Again, they are taking their time looking over at the sideline as the play gets wagged in. They've got it. Goody steps up to the line, barks the orders. Trips package to the right side. Here is the snap. He's looking to throw. Blitz comes. Outlet pass. He's got his man. Can he get to the down marker? He can and does. That's going to be a first down again for Homestead just outside the red zone.
Gage Renbarger was there short of the first down markers, but Hardwick just ran right through him. That's one of the downsides of having lighter, faster linebackers is in a tackling situation one-on-one like that. If you've got a big, strong running back, he may be able to power through him.
The drive stays alive. Again, this started at their own 20. And now they are down to the Bishop Dwenger 21. 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Here's a snap. Again, give to the tailback, right through the middle. He's got some room. Gets hit by 4 Saints and finally goes down, but not till he gets to about the 16-yard line. Gain of 5 that time for Homestead and Hardwick.
Another inside zone play straight up the middle. Beautiful job of picking up 5 yards on first down, keeping them in very reasonable down and distance situations ever since that penalty.
Homestead is now in the red zone. Ball just north of the 15-yard line of the Saints. Facing a 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, here's Goody. Now they shift. Tight end left, wing back left. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback. Evades the tackle. He's got the first down. Scampers. He's at the 5. Does he get in? Touchdown, Homestead.
Outside zone play. Hardwick around the left end, and their offensive sideline, if you will, the receiving core on that left side did an outstanding job of burying the defenders in the way. Hardwick was able to get to the goal line, and they strike first.
A 15-yard scamper by Hardwick puts 6 on the board for the Homestead Spartans, and the point after team is on. The hold will be by Jake Archbold. I believe that's number 35, Gunnar Fry.
Yep.
In for the point after attempt. From the 10. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. And it is good as well. 7-0 is your score. Homestead striking first here at Bishop Dwenger with 5:46 remaining in the first quarter. Stick around, folks. We'll be back after this 30-second break. You're listening to SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com. Request your virtual quote and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne.
Here at Bishop Dwenger, Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM would like to thank Dr. Adam Osinga of Northeast Chiropractic Center as our sports media sponsor. Northeast Chiropractic Center is a patient-centered office that focuses on staying well through chiropractic, massage, exercise, and functional medicine. That is our media sponsor, Northeast Chiropractic Center and Dr. Adam Osinga. 7-0 is your first quarter score. With 5:46 remaining, the Spartans from Homestead started at their own 20, overcame some adversity and some penalties, kept the drives alive, and went in to score 7 on a 15-yard jaunt by their tailback, Braden Hardwick, number 26. And now the Bishop Dwenger Saints prepare to receive this for the first time. Fry will kick from the 40.
Patrick Finley back deep for the Saints.
Awaiting the officials for them to get their positions. Thumbs are up, whistles blow. And here we go. High end over end, short kick this time by Homestead. Taken by Finley, tries to get to the wall. Got a man squirts through, breaks one tackle, can't break another. He's going to be downed at about the 19-yard line.
Luke Palmer, the inside linebacker for the Homestead Spartans, did a great job of contain on that, forcing Finley back inside. He wanted to return around the left end, and he just shut down that window, did Luke Palmer, and allowed the rest of his teammates to get there. And they're going to start inside the 20, are the Saints.
Two high-caliber junior quarterbacks on display here. This one is for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. He is Brendan Lytle. He's 6 foot, 170 pounds. He is a junior. Going to be looking at an I formation here for the Saints. Here's a snap. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We've got a flag.
Lined up maybe in the neutral zone.
Something here. Again, the ball was at the 19-yard line. The white hat comes out. Lets the press box know what happens. It's against the Saints.
Offsides on the Saints. Makes me wonder if someone lined up across the ball.
Eifert checks in for the Saints as Houston checks out.
1st and 15.
Ball is now at the 14-yard line. Trips package to the right side. Here's a snap. Fakes to the tailback, goes to the opposite side. That's Eifert alone. Bowls his way forward close to the 18-yard line. Very close to getting that penalty yardage back, but it should bring up about 2nd and 11.
Quick screen out to the left side from Lytle to Eifert, trying to pick up some yardage right out of the gate and get about 4 out of it before Homestead's able to get there.
Brings up 2nd and 11 now as Devin Tippmann checks out for the Saints. And now we've got a timeout on the field called by the side judge.
Rogers has got to come out of the game for something to do maybe with his cast.
Could be. He just went right to a trainer.
Looks like Cam Rogers has got a cast on his left hand. Officials didn't like what was going on with it.
Yeah, here's the snap. 2nd and 11. Give to the tailback. That's Finley. Driving his way north of the 20. Gets out to about the 22. And a 3rd and long coming up for the Saints.
Looked like a little power play behind big guard Joe Henry that Mr. Finley was carrying, and the Spartans did a good job of bottling up that middle for the most part.
3rd and 8 coming up here for the Bishop Dwenger Saints with 4:42 remaining here in the first quarter. Score 7-0, Homestead on top. From the shotgun, Lytle looks to throw, looking, firing to the right side. He's got his man. It's enough for a first down. North of the 30, out to the 32. That's Lito on the catch.
Yeah, just a spot route to slot receiver Michael Lito. A sticks route. He was able to get 1 yard past the first down marker, which is the mark of a good receiver. And Saints will move the chains.
So they convert on third down here, keep the drive alive. Ball resting in between the 31 and 32-yard line as Lido comes into the huddle. Trips package will line up to the right side. Single setback from the shotgun. Here's a snap. Trying to get to the edge was Finley, and he was unable to do so. Big swarming defense that time by Homestead.
Cam Rogers and Cole Etchison, number 30, were there for the Spartans, and they switched this year scheme-wise. They went from 3 forward with 3-3 stack to get more linebackers and more speed on the field, did defensive coordinator Tim Messel, and you could see it pay off on that particular play.
Little loss that time. Third and about 10.5, maybe 11 now. Check that, second down. And about 11 for the Saints. Same formation. Single setback, trips package to the left side. Here's a snap. Quick screen. Throws it. He's got Lido. Lido at the 30, the 35. Gets to the 40 and runs out of bounds.
Great job. Just a little bubble screen from the slot receiver on the 3 receiver side with some good blocking out in front by Fosnaw and Eifert. And nice gain on the play for the Saints.
They mark him back to the 39-yard line. A critical third down conversion again now coming up for the Saints. Looks to be about 3rd and 3 now at their own 39-yard line. As Ellinger checks in, number 23.
And Devin Tittman, which would lead you to believe.
High formation, power run on display. Let's see what happens here on 3rd and 3. They load the box, quick give through the middle. He scored through. He's got the first down and a little bit more out to the 43-yard line.
When Hayden Ellinger goes in at fullback and Devin Tittman goes in at tailback, you usually know what you're going to get. And that's a first down or a touchdown.
Yes. And that is a first down for the Saints right at the 43-yard line. So 2 consecutive third down conversions here in the first quarter for the Saints. 3:05 to go in the quarter. 7-0 is your score. Homestead on top. Saints started this drive back at their 18-yard line. And they are grinding out right now out to the 43. 3 wide receivers to the right. Single setback. Here's a snap. Quick screen. That's O'Keefe. Double pass. O'Keefe airs it out deep. He's got a man wide open. He airs it up. He's got his man. Fosnaw with a huge catch down to the 26.
Double pass from the Saints. From Lytle to O'Keefe to Alex Fosnaw, the tight end. Hasn't been used much thus far in the season, but man, was he wide open on that play. Great catch in traffic once the Homestead defenders got to him. The ball hung in the air just a little bit, but Fosnaw came down with it, and a big play for the Saints.
A 31-yard gash for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. O'Keefe to Fosnaw that time, and the ball is now resting at the 26-yard line of Homestead. I formation on 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Going to go around the left side. A ball is on the ground. It's coughed up, and Homestead has it.
Patrick Finley coughed it up in the backfield. It was going to be a guard trap with Big Joe Henry blocking the defensive end, and I don't know if there was an issue. Maybe the Godfather can help us, whether there was an issue with the exchange between the quarterback and the running back.
No, as soon as Finley got the ball, he bobbled it, and as soon as he bobbled it, he got tattooed.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Popped loose, and it was on the ground, and a little extracurricular out there, a little frustration going on.
Indeed. So the huge play from O'Keefe to Fosnaw on the very next play is negated as the Homestead offense is now back out on the field. Sudden change is the day right here. 2:09 to go in the first quarter. Homestead again with the ball. Give to the tailback, looking for room through the middle. Very patient run that time by Hardwick, who does get some positive yards past the 30, out to the 32.
He's ran an inside zone right up the middle once again, and he wanted to go towards Jordan Watercutter, but Watercutter had his offensive lineman stood up in his tracks, shifted, went more up the middle, and was able to pick up about 4.
2nd and 6 now. About a minute and a half remaining here in the first quarter. On 2nd and 6, a single setback, 2 wideouts to the left side, 1 wide right. Right from the middle of the field. Outside blitz coming. He's got some pressure. He steps out of it. He's got more pressure. He doesn't step out of it. He chucks the ball forward, and he was down. All right, so they got to him. It was Cutter and Finley in the backfield who finally got the goodie back at the 15-yard line.
Brought a safety blitz on that particular play. You don't see Patrick Finley back with the quarterback very often from his strong safety position, but he was able to get in there along with Water Cutter and some others, and that is a huge loss for Homestead.
Wow. All right, so they need to get out to the 38-yard line, and the ball is back at their own 15. That brings up a 3rd and 23, under a minute to go here in the first quarter. They will have to get a play off as the play clock is down to 7, 6, 5. Here is the snap. Blitz comes again. He's looking to throw outlet pass, left side. He's got it. Trying to get some room, does some dancing, and gets north out to the 25. About a 10-yard catch that time for Hardwick.
Yep, Hardwick on the swing screen, and Ellinger was able to bring him down. But I'll tell you what, the whole play was predicated upon Goody having to get the ball out because Homestead still has not figured out thus far, Sean, where the linebacker blitz is coming from.
Correct. Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, that's going to bring up a 4th and about 15 now for the Homestead Spartans as the ball is resting right at the 25-yard line. And we've got a timeout on the field called by Bishop Dwenger.
I presume they want to stay and make sure Homestead has to punt into the wind here would be the reason for this timeout.
Right, with 21 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. That was a great call by Casey Colkman, the defensive coordinator. Well, folks, the St. Felix Catholic Center in Huntington, Indiana offers one-day and overnight retreats with over 70 rooms. Be sure to visit Our Lady in her grotto and walk the 30 scenic acres. St. Felix is a former home of Blessed Solanus Casey. Visit their website at sfcatholiccenter.com to schedule your next meeting or retreat. Punt team is on for the Homestead Spartans. He's going to launch this one from about his own 13-yard line. 2 men back deep for the Saints, including Lido. Is that Finley back here too?
Yes,
Lido and Finley.
Yes.
Awaiting the snap. Good snap. It is kicked. Pressure almost got to him. Shanks it, and it's going to take an outside box. No return possible. And they're going to mark it right at the 49-yard line with 16 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
Hayden Ellinger almost got to that.
He did.
With the Saints had 3 players coming right straight up the middle, and Ellinger was virtually untouched. Forced a bit of a shank, as you mentioned, Sean, and the Saints will have great field position here.
Short field coming up for the Saints, 51 yards to score. Again, they showed some real glimmers of hope there on offense, big plays and a good grind, but a turnover with a bad transaction gave the ball back to Homestead there in the waning minute and a half of the first quarter. Under center, Lytle looks to throw, rolls to his left, has some room, still rolling, firing over the middle. Backside, he's got a man wide open. It's Eifert at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Saints.
They went play action out of the I formation. Really savvy call by Coach Watts, knowing that he's only got 16 seconds with the wind to go ahead and pull that ball out and throw it. Well done.
A 51-yard score from Lytle to Eifert puts 6 on the board for the Saints. 5.5 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Now the swinging gate offense coming up as O'Keefe will be centering this one. Belenda lines up for the kick. But, you know, they always go for 2. Here's a quick give. Finley gets it in. It's a touchdown, end around left side. Do we see a...
We're good. It's
there
good.
it is. There is the hands in the air. 2 points on the board for the Saints. 8-7 is your score with 5.5 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and the faithful respond. We're going to step out for a 30-second break. You're listening to SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM. We are back to live action here at Bishop Dwenger High School, where the Saints are now on top of the Homestead Spartans 8-7 with 5.5 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. And what a first quarter it has turned out to be so far. Belander will kick this one. Have to check in with the sidelines to see if the wind is still a factor down there. Looking at Old Glory, it's got a little motion, but it's certainly not flapping away right now. Whistles blow. Belanda's kick is in the air. High end over end kick with the wind into the end zone over the head of the receiver, and that'll be a touchback.
Talk about using the wind to your advantage over the course of the last 15 seconds of gameplay. Long pass and a great kick.
Godfather, what do you have for us, sir?
Yeah, I'll tell you that this Dwenger defense is always what it's been. Gang tackling all the time. They had a great third down stop there earlier, caused them to get the ball for the touchdown, but they would have had a stop earlier in the first quarter, but they had that roughing the passer, and that's what led to Homestead coming down and scoring. So this game is far from over, but 8-6, what a gutsy call going for two.
It surely is. Absolutely. All right, 5.5 seconds, last play of the first quarter here for the Homestead Spartans. As Goody will be in the shotgun with Hardwick offset to his right. Option play. Goody decides to take it and run back through the middle. He's going to the other side of the field. He's at the 30, the 35, the 40. Runs out of bounds near the 45-yard line.
Wow. Something you don't expect is Luke Goody to keep it on a speed option, and I think Dwenger's defense virtually forced him to do that because they had Hardwick covered on the edge, and they wanted to see if he would take it. He did, made a big gain.
That he did. A gain of 22, 23 yards that time for Goody to end the first quarter, and that's going to do it. 8-7 is your first quarter score. After this 1-minute break, we'll come back with more SAC football right here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age.
Welcome back to SAC football, ladies and gentlemen. 8-7 is your first quarter score. Getting ready to put 12 more minutes back on the clock. Let's check in with Nick Gray.
Well, folks, we got a lot going on around Fort Wayne tonight. Right now, Concordia is over at Bishop Luers. They're leading that matchup 7-0. Northrop's at Carroll. Carroll's leading 7-0 there. Snyder, Southside, that's at Snyder. Snyder's leading 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. New Haven's over at Leo. Leo's up 7-0 there. The only other one I got, a good one, East Noble at DeKalb, both undefeated. Right now, East Noble's leading 7-0. Back up to you guys.
All righty. So they flip sides of the field here on first down. Hardwick takes a hard run through the middle, little off tackle, if you will, to the left side and brings up a gain of 2, maybe 3. Brings up 2nd and 8 now, just north of their own 45-yard line for the Spartans. In case you're just joining us, we are broadcasting live from Bishop Dwenger High School, where the Saints are on top of Homestead, 8-7 to start the second quarter. Homestead with the ball, driving right to left on your radio dial. Back switch to the right side. Here's a snap. They flow to the right. No, he looks to throw to the right. Throws, flats, got his man. That's Cam Rogers. Gets a first down and a little bit more.
H-back out of the backfield on a little swing route. Picked up number 41, Cam Rogers. I find it interesting. The Saints are swapping outside linebackers based on where Griffin Little, the star tight end for the Spartans, lines up. Hayden Ellinger goes to his side all the time, and the Saints defense must have figured out a tendency in that way.
Sure. Into Dwenger territory with a first down off of Rogers' catch. He's going to be a slot receiver this time on the right side. Goody gets the play wagged in and barks to the line. Twins right, twins left, and a single setback. Here's a snap. Give through the middle. He's tripped up and dropped right at the line of scrimmage.
Devin Tippmann came firing through from his inside backer spot and took Hardwick down for no gain.
None whatsoever. So the ball remains at the 46-yard line. Very intuitive on defense is Devin Tippmann. Really, their linebacker core, that's hats off. Man.
It looked like he was on a blitz, but he wasn't. He just simply read that.
Yeah. On 2nd and 10 for Homestead. Here's a snap. A little option. He looks to throw on the play action. He's got pressure. He gets out of it. He chucks it and throws it out of bounds and incomplete.
Yep. Pressure from Joe Henry. It looked like Alec LaShore was in there. Devin Tippmann. Lots of pressure on that play action pass. Forced Luke Goody to throw it before he wanted to.
It's a big-time 3rd and 10 here for Homestead.
These are the spots that Homestead really wants to avoid. If the Saints have the ability to pin their ears back and come after him, he's not going to have much time to throw.
No, it surely won't. And you have to think Coach Kolkman has an idea on how to do that. All right, so they're going to line up tight end left, 2 wideouts left, 1 wideout right. Single setback offset to the right. Goody from the shotgun. Saints show blitz. He comes through the middle. He's flushed. Goes to his left. Has more pressure. Guns it. Oh, back across. Incomplete and no good.
Lucas Crone came untouched from middle linebacker. And again, the Homestead offensive line has not been able to figure out which linebacker is blitzing. The Saints have had multiple occasions tonight where they've had linebackers come on a blitz untouched at the quarterback.
Now we see the offense remains on the field here on 4th and 10. Goody. Now he takes a few steps back. Normally he's not so deep in his stance for a shotgun, so he's probably going to punt this one. Here's a snap. Looks it over, decides to kick it, end over end, rolling towards that middle. Keeps rolling, and for the Saints, good news, it rolls into the end zone.
The beauty of that formation is the ability to keep the opponent from being able to set up a return.
Right, yep. So as it goes into the end zone, the Saints will take over on offense, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line with 10:19 to go in the second quarter now. 8-7 is your score as the Saints defense holds. And really, so far, you have to think, Corey, this is the first real game that Luke Goody has really seen opponents in his grill.
No question about it for this season. But it also probably the first one that Brendan Lytle's seen this year as well. Both of these teams, I sort of liken this to the NFL season. They've both got their preseason out of the way.
Yep.
Now the real season's starting.
Yeah, great observation there. 1st and 10 here for the Saints. Lytle under shotgun now. Here's a snap. Fakes to the first man through, tries something around the end, waiting for that block, decides to throw it, and incomplete that time.
Well, he's lucky there that he didn't get called for a lineman downfield. Joe Henry was 10 to 15 yards downfield. It was supposed to be a run, and Lytle got rid of it to avoid the sack. And they had linemen downfield, but it was not called. I'm sure Coach Zolman's asking that question over on his sideline.
He's out near the 20, and he wants to talk to that official. And no call. So, again, the Saints get away with one there. So the incomplete pass stops the clock with 10:14 to go. 2nd and 10. Again, I formation now for Lytle. Here's a snap. He looks to throw. Fires to the flats. He's got Lido. Goes down to get it, and it is a catch. Near the 27.
It's a catch, but it was so low into the ground, Sean, that
wait, they wave it off. Wait a minute. We've got officials talking about it. The side judge and the back judge.
Oh, they're saying it hit the ground.
I think they're going to wave it off.
I was just going to suggest that it was so low he didn't have the ability to cut up field with it, but he didn't even have the ability to catch it.
Yeah. All right, so they wave off that completion to Lido, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Saints. From the 20. They really don't want to get a 3-and-out here and get the defense back out on the field. All right, single setback now with Lytle in the shotgun. Trips package to the right. Here's a snap. Rolls to the right. Pressure comes. Still rolling. Firing back. Oh, and incomplete that time. Flag comes out. That's going to be a defensive pass interference.
They're going to call that on Homestead number 8, Leonard Donovan, over the top of Alex Fosna on the crossing route, and maybe got his hands caught in the cookie jar a little bit there.
And I got to say, I did see it. He had his hand on his back and was reaching over the top. I think that was a good call, to be honest. I know I'm a little biased, but you got to call him when you see him. And that one will go against Homestead. They'll move it out to the 30 and give him a fresh set of downs. Oh, check that. 35, rather. Godfather, what do you have for us?
No, I know for Homestead, he said it's preseason's over. Last week it was a cakewalk for them. They already had 4 touchdowns at this point in the game. So they're going to find out as the night goes on.
That's right. All right, 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for the Saints. Here's a quick get through the middle. Hammered right away. Falling forward for a gain of 1 is Finley, number 21 on the carry.
Ran a power play, pulled the backside guard Nolan Fisher out in front of Finley, but not much running room there.
Brings up 2nd and 9 for the Saints. 8-7 is your score. Saints over the Homestead Spartans with 9:35 remaining here in the first half. Saints moving left to right on your radio dial, just inside the right hash mark. 2 receivers wide, line up on the left side. Single setback, blitz coming from the outside. Lido fires. He's got his man, Lido, with a catch near the 45.
Excellent out route run by Michael Lido Jr. The only thing that he did wrong there was not get to the sticks. He's about a yard short of a first down.
Yeah. So they'll mark it at the 44, bringing up a 3rd and 1. As Eifert will check out, and Houston will check back in for the Saints. They've gained 24 so far as they started on their 20. 3rd and 1 from the 44. Under center is Lytle. Pressure shown through the middle. Shakes one, gets the first down and a little bit more, close to the 48 before he's gang tackled. I believe that was Devin Tittman on the carry?
Yes, it was.
Yep.
First down maker, Devin Tittman. Cam Rogers was there. He was in the backfield untouched, met Devin Tittman, but was unable to get him down. Yep. Slippery on that particular play was Devin Tittman.
Crone checks out for the Saints. 1st and 10 now, just north of the 48. I formation again. Ellinger in the backfield. Here's a snap. Give to Tittman. Right side, finds a seam, gets into the linebacker core and into Homestead territory, down to the 45.
Great running play by the Saints. That's a counter play where they went away from the fullback, breaking a tendency. They usually always follow Hayden Ellinger,
right,
and didn't on that particular play, and then a pretty good gain out of it.
Yeah, good pulling guard with a kick out. That was very nicely executed. Gain of 7 that time for the Saints. Brings up a 2nd and 3. And again, good clock control here by the Saints so far. 8:23 to go in the first quarter. As Eifert checks in. Again, I formation. Snap, give to Ellinger, first man through. Churning down inside the 45, down to the 42-yard line.
Fullback dive, just a quick hitter right up the middle and able to catch the Homestead Spartan defense napping just a little bit there.
All right, so that's going to bring up, are they going to measure this? It looks like 3rd and inches, and yeah, they do stop the clock. And I think they're going to bring the chains out and do a little bit of measurement here. Gives us an opportunity to talk about one of our favorite sponsors here, and that's Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They're a strong supporter of Redeemer Radio and our Fort Wayne area Catholic schools. This makes a huge difference in our community. Notre Dame Federal Credit Union would now like to challenge you and more people to do the same. Just call Tricia Benzing at 260-247-2361 to get more information on how you too can become a sponsor of high school sports or daily programming on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM. Corey, what are you thinking?
It's like
6 inches?
Yeah, maybe 6 inches short.
Maybe. All right. So the Saints do not convert. That's going to bring up a 3rd and inches here. PA announcer Sam Tallarico says 5 inches, so we'll go with 5.
I still think it was 6.
Here comes another I formation by the Saints. Saints O-line 6'3", 288, man-to-man tackle to tackle. On 3rd and inches, give to the tailback, bouncing it to the left side is Finley. He's got the first down, falling forward, and good. Inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line. First down for the Saints.
Great call on your part, Sean. Absolutely bounced that outside. Saw it stacked up in the middle and had the presence of mind to bounce it to the left tackle area and was able to get the first down.
So the drive continues. Another 3rd down conversion for the Saints here with 7:34 here in the second quarter. Saints I formation, power football on display. Here's a pitch, here's a reverse. Lito with it, looking for some room. He's got pressure in the back, gets out of one tackle, gets back to the 45, tripped out of bounds, and that's going to be a loss on the play. Great pursuit by that Homestead defense.
Well, I'll tell you what, and Lito did a really nice job to only lose about 4 yards on the play, because that could have been a 10-yard loss.
It surely could have. Yeah, he had pressure back at the 50, and only his wheels kept him from getting stopped.
And credit the Homestead defense for not biting on that initial pitch. Did a great job of staying home on that.
So a loss of 4 brings up 2nd and 14 now. Saints with a trips package to the right side. Eifert wide out here on the right side. He's looking to throw, steps up into the pocket, going deep over the middle. He's got Eifert with a step. It is incomplete and dropped. That was O'Keefe, the intended receiver, and no good.
The drastic difference in the two offenses is Lytle's got all day to throw, whereas Goody has 0 time to throw.
Yep, that's right.
And that's really been the difference in the two passing games so far, even though we were unable to connect on that particular play were the Saints.
That stops the clock with 7:13 remaining in the first half. 3rd and 14 again by the Saints. The ball is resting at the Homestead 43-yard line, so it will be very interesting to see what happens here on the next 2 plays. Single setback, trips package to the right side. Lytle, quick screen, throws. Lito's got it, and he's hit immediately and dropped. Could not get separation there, and he's dropped right at the 45-yard line. Another loss on the play.
What a great open field tackle by Cole Etchison, number 30, 5'11", 195 junior for the Homestead Spartans. I'm going to tell you what, Mike Lito Jr. might be the toughest guy in the SAC to bring down one-on-one in the open field, and he did it marvelously.
Yes, he did. And the punt team finally does look to come on for the Saints. Lytle will be back to punt this one. He's back standing at his own 40-yard line, will probably launch from a 43. 2 men back deep for Homestead, standing inside their own 20-yard line. Little low snap, but he's got it. Kick is up and away. High kick, and it's going to take a Dwenger hop sideways and covered up near the 11-yard line. So nice punt that time by Lytle and the Saints. So, well, the offense couldn't get it done that time, but a long field ahead coming up for Homestead.
Great punt.
8-7 is your first half score so far. We've got 6 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the first half. They officially marked the ball at the 12-yard line for Homestead, and that's where Luke Goody and company will come out and try their hand on offense. They've had quite a time to rest. Of course, they do have more than a couple players going both ways as well, so let's see what happens here on 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Tight end shifts to the left side. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback. No. Play action. He's got pressure again. Chucks it over the middle. He's got his man. No. Alligator arms, and he dropped it.
Yeah, I'll give him a little more credit than that. It's Cam Rogers who's trying to catch with a cast on his one hand. So it was in the hands and out, and that's got to be tough to make a catch with a cast on your paw.
Indeed. So the ball was there in the breadbasket. He just couldn't contain it, and that burns it down for Homestead. 2nd and 10 now from the 12.
That's the sort of offensive play call, though, that Homestead needs to do. A play action on 1st down, didn't have a lot of rush in his face because of that. It wasn't an obvious passing situation, and was able to get it off and throw a nice strike.
2 wideouts to the left side, 1 wide right, and a single setback is Hardwick. And now we've got a whistle on the play before the snap.
Got to be offensive movement, I assume.
I think so. Delay game against Homestead. So that patient offense bit them a little bit in the tail feathers there. Loss of 5. It's going to take them back to the 7-yard line. Down is going to remain the 2nd. 2nd and 15. Vinny Fiacable checking in. Nose tackle for the Saints, number 62. Two wideouts to the right side, one wide left, and a single setback. Goody from the shotgun, looks to throw. Pressure comes. He's in the end zone. He's got trouble. He throws an incomplete. Will a flag come out in the end zone? It will not.
Looked like he had Jake Archibald as a receiver there. He skipped it on one hop to him because he was being drugged down at the time, but they're letting him get away with it.
That could have went either way. And as you can hear, the Bishop Dwenger faithful do not like the call. But again, great pressure up front by the Saints. It does bring up 3rd and 15 now for the Spartans.
But that's the situation. The Homestead Spartans cannot get into these obvious passing situations because they simply can't protect their quarterback.
No, they cannot. Here's a snap on 3rd and 15. Goody from his end zone. He sets up, fires to the flats, right side, and out of the hands, and incomplete of his intended receiver that time.
I'll tell you what, a name we don't call very often for the Saints, Callan Stauffer on the coverage out there at corner and was stride for stride with Jake Archibald. Did a nice job.
That he did. All right, so the Saints defense holds as Homestead comes up looking at a 4th and 15, and this punt will be from their end zone. Carter Dixon, number 93, is going to be doing that. Gosh.
These are the situations the Saints thrived on a year ago. A stop deep in the end, in the opponent's end, force a punt, end up with great field position.
Goody 0 for 5 in his last attempts here.
Wow.
High, long kick with the air. Boy, what a kick that was. And it landed out of bounds across the 50 into Dwenger territory, and we marked at the 42-yard line.
That was 60 yards from where he punted that ball out of that end zone.
Wow.
Phenomenal. That 6'6" frame had a lot of power in that leg.
Sure did. Good heavens. All right, well, a short field here for the Saints as they will take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. 5:53 remaining in the second quarter. 8-7 is your score. Alongside Corey Kitchen, I'm Sean McBride, broadcasting here on Redeemer Radio. Remember, folks, you can catch us around the world at RedeemerRadio.com. Better yet, download the Redeemer Radio app. 1st and 10 for the Saints. Trips package to the right. Single setback, give to that setback. Tipman around the edge left. Cannot get out of that shoestring tackle, and he's dropped for no gain.
Great one-on-one tackle by Luke Palmer, inside linebacker for the Homestead Spartans. Very rarely do you see Devin Tipman go down with one tackler, and Palmer was able to lasso him right there.
So no gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. Etchison, Martin, Rogers, and Palmer, the linebacker core for the Homestead Spartans. You won't find much better here in Fort Wayne. On 2nd and 10, the Saints finally break huddle. They're going to have to move along on this one. Play clock already down to 5, and they finally get in their stance. Here's a snap. They get it off, give to the tailback, looking for some room. It's Devin Tipman. He finds a little room. Again, gets north of the line of scrimmage out to the 47.
They ran another power play there right up the middle to Devin, and in a really a down and distance, you wouldn't really expect that. 2nd and 10, they ran the ball right up the middle. Makes it a nice 3rd and manageable.
Sure. 3rd and a long 5, 3rd and 6 now for the Saints. Ball just north of the 46. I formation now. Wide out left and right, and he looks to throw. Quick screen, he's got his man. It's caught. Eifert gets to the sticks. Depends upon the spot. It should be enough for a 1st down.
They had me fooled on that one, Sean. We had Ellinger and Devin Tipman in the backfield, and they went to a quick out route to get the 1st down. Probably had Homestead fooled as well.
Yes. And it is enough. Another 3rd down conversion for the Saints. They get into Homestead territory at the 48-yard line. Eifert staying in this time. He's going to be part of the trips package to the right side, working off the left hash mark. Lytle from the shotgun, looks to throw, checks off, going deep now. He's got Eifert in double coverage, and it's well overthrown and incomplete. Eifert comes up a little hobbly that time.
Lytle pump faked the bubble screen to Lido and went for Eifert downfield, but Homestead was well prepared for that particular play. As you mentioned, Sean, 2 defenders running side by side.
O'Keefe checking in for the Saints as Crone checks out. Stopping the clock at 4:27. 2nd and 10 now for the Saints, working off the left hash mark. I formation. Lytle under center. Here's a snap. Looking to throw. Fires to the flats. In and out of the hands of Lido. He had to high point the ball and just could not come up with it.
Morgan Lehman on the coverage at the cornerback spot for Homestead. In fact, if he's paying attention to where the ball's at, he may have picked that one off.
Right.
It over the hands, just barely touched by Lido, and Lehman was right there, but he was looking at the receiver and not the ball.
3rd and 10 now for the Saints as Lytle is over talking to his coaches here, Mark Watts and company, on the sidelines. And it's taking quite a while here. They almost look gassed. They're going to have to call a timeout for sure, and that's exactly what they do. Critical timeout here for the Saints on 3rd and 10 in Homestead territory at the 48-yard line. We'll step out for a little 30-second break ourselves. You're listening to SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Coming to you live from Bishop Dwenger High School, this is SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio. Alongside Corey Kitchen, I'm Sean McBride. Your score with 4:23 to go in the first half, Bishop Dwenger 8, Homestead 7. Dwenger with the ball, facing a 3rd and 10 from the Homestead 48-yard line. The timeout is over. Trips package to the right. Quick screen, no. Handoff left. That's Finley around the backside. Trying to break a few tackles. Gets inside the 45, down to the 42.
The old Boise State Statue of Liberty play that we saw against, I believe, Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl many years ago. Outstanding play call and design there to pick up about half of what they need for the first down.
So a 4th and 4 now from the 42-yard line for the Saints. Lytle comes out. Again, he does the punting responsibilities as well, but they do huddle up. And it looks like they're going to line up and go for it here on 4th and 4 from the Homestead 44-yard line. And now we've got a timeout on the field called by Bishop Dwenger. Maybe a personnel issue. They ended up, we'll go ahead and keep things right here. They ended up lining up in a power I right.
Brought in Vinny Fiacable at the power back position as they do. They had Ellinger and Devin Tittman in the backfield, and that's their formation where they just ground and pound.
That's it. Let's send it down to the sideline, see if Nick Gray has his ears on and has any updates and scores around the area.
Well, I was just going to check in with you guys. Right now, Concordia is leading Bishop Luers 20-0. Northrop's at Carroll. Carroll's up 14-0. Snyder leads Southside 21-0. Leo's leading New Haven 24-0. Northside's beating Wayne, guys, 20-0. Back up to you.
20-0. Program on the rise. Northside, keep an eye on them. All right, the Saints check off. They are now in punt formation on 4th and 4 from the 42-yard line. And now they're missing some personnel. Crone comes back as deep cover for Lytle. O'Keefe getting ready to snap this one back. Good snap. Lytle gets the kick away.
Shank.
And a little shank that time, and it's going to be probably marked near the 20-yard line of Homestead. 3:37 remaining here in the first half. 8-7 is your score. The Saints on top of the Homestead Spartans.
Like about the 23-yard line. Not a great punt, quite frankly. And I think strategically they were looking to pin Homestead back in that end again and try to force their hand here towards the end of the first half, and maybe didn't work out quite as well as they had hoped.
About an 18-yarder that time by Lytle. Here comes Luke Goody and company. 1st and 10, fresh set of downs. Here's a snap. Give to Hardwick, tries his way, inside tackle. He's got some room, still on his feet. He's grinding. He's down at the 40. He's down at the 50. Gets into Dwenger territory and finally wrangled out of bounds by the safety.
If not for Patrick Finley, that's a touchdown run by Braden Hardwick. Did a great job coming off tackle on the left side, cut back across the grain, and was able to pick up some tremendous yardage. And that's, quite frankly, what Homestead needs. If they're going to get their passing game going, they need their running game to work for them.
A 33-yard run by Hardwick that time puts them back in the driver's seat at the Bishop Dwenger Saints 43-yard line. 1st and 10. Man in motion now, coming to the left side. Fake it to him, give it to Hardwick again. Gets to the line of scrimmage, is wrangled by Watercutter from behind, and falls forward for a gain of 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, Jordan Watercutter did not bite whatsoever on that jet sweep fake, was right there to bring Hardwick down.
Ball resting out the 41-yard line, so a gain of 1 officially brings up 2nd and 9. Plenty of time left to go here for the Spartans. 3 minutes to go before the first half is over. Wing back left, wideouts left and right. Now they shift. Tight end comes left, wing back to the right. Here is a snap. Give to the tailback. Finds his way through the middle. Hard run that time by Hardwick. Took off like a shot right up the gut.
Little taste of their own medicine for the Saints there as the Homestead Spartans ran a power play. Pulled their backside guard and led Hardwick right straight up the middle.
Gain of 8 brings up 3rd and 9 now for the Spartans. Ball resting at the 33-yard line. Clock continuing to tick down. On 3rd and short, give to Hardwick. Off tackle left, bouncing through, spinning, and getting that first down to about the 24.
I'm somewhat shocked by the success that Homestead's able to have right up the middle in the running game right now, Sean. I can't tell if it's scheme-oriented or if the Dwenger defense might be gassed.
It might be.
They haven't played a lot of football, quite frankly. Their first team has been on the sidelines early in all of their 3 games so far.
Sure. Another first down for the Spartans. Ball just inside the 25-yard line. Hardwick, the single setback, wing back now, shifting to the right side. Man in motion coming to the left. Here's a snap. Fake the jet sweep. Again, give through the middle. This time it's closed and no going. 3 Saints converge and drop Hardwick right at the line of scrimmage.
Big Joe Henry and Vinny Fiacable as well as Lucas Crone were the 3 Saints that you mentioned. Did a great job of just stuffing that run in the backfield.
Hardwick a little slow getting up after that one. I would be too if 3 sides of beef fell on me. Wow.
Big fellas.
So that's a loss of 2, bringing up 2nd and 12 now for the Homestead Spartans. Clock now becoming an issue. Just over a minute to go here in the first half. Goody barks out signals to his line. 2 wideouts to the right side, 1 wide left, and a single setback. Here's a snap. He looks to throw. Pressure comes through the middle. He steps up, looks over the middle, got a man, and it's caught with a flag.
Yep, and we got Patrick Finley on the interference play. Got there just a little early on Rogers, but Rogers was able to come up with the catch. Now understand the reason that play worked was because Homestead finally picked up the blitz in their offensive line. Goody had time, had the ability to step up in the pocket, and was able to deliver a strike.
All right, so the ball officially is inside the 5 at this point with the flag. Will they decline it and just take the play is the question. One would think that's what they're going to do here. Defensive pass interference is declined. 1st and goal. Homestead with 54.7 seconds remaining here in the first half. Goody and company are now in business. The ball resting right at the 5-yard line. Cam Rogers is offset to the right as a wingback, left as a wingback. Here's a snap. Give to Hardwick, trying to find some room. He does, gets a big push. Not into the end zone, but gets down to maybe the 2-yard line.
Let's see, 2.5 it appeared there. Did a nice job of bouncing it from left to the right. try to find some yardage, and then got stood up at about the 2.5.
Homestead calls a timeout, so we'll go ahead and call a timeout as well. 8-7 is your first half score, but Homestead is threatening. 2nd and goal coming up after this timeout from the 2.5-yard line. Stick around, folks. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade. You'll work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defense December 24th through January the 2nd on Tuesday and Thursdays. And the Always 100 Pro Camp 2020 takes you to the next level. It's the real college experience for grades 1 through 12. It's June 8th through June 11th.
Live for the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School, it's SAC football right here on Redeemer Radio. 8-7 is your score. Bishop Dwenger Saints clinging to a 1-point lead right now as the Homestead Spartans are threatening. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Homestead called a timeout with 39.2 seconds remaining here in the first half. And they are getting ready to see if they can punch one in here.
Hayden Ellinger not on the field for the Saints. Must be banged up on the sideline.
Goody lines things up, then checks off after they check in with the defense. He'll walk up to the line, give them the play. From the shotgun, and a single setback is Hardwick. Here's a snap. Give to Hardwick, trying to find some room. He's hit, gets into the end zone, and touchdown.
Yep, just a simple zone play right up the middle. Was able to find a crease in that Dwenger defense and punch his way in.
So 6 more points on the board for the Spartans with 36.4 seconds remaining here in the first half.
A monster drive for the Homestead Spartans right before the end of the first half.
They had a long field, and they had a few big plays in there and a great display of running prowess.
Yes. Nobody's run on the Saints defense like that all season.
PAT getting ready. Gunnar Fry, number 35, in to chip this one in. Snap, hold, kick, all 3 look good, and they are. 7 more points on the board for the Homestead Spartans, and now the score flips 14-8. The Homestead Spartans are on top of the Bishop Dwenger Saints with 36.4 seconds remaining here in the first half. We'll go ahead and keep things right here. Well, folks, just a reminder that due to NAIA situations here, your University of St. Francis Cougars have the week off. Basically, they were slated to play a program that basically has shuttered and closed their locker room. So they've got the week off, a little bye week coming up for the USF Cougars, and they will be with us next week. Joe Parson and company will have that game. And next week we will stick around with the Bishop Dwenger Saints here at Shields Field as they will have another monster opponent in the Carroll Chargers. Tailgate talk starts at 6 p.m., Casey and the boys, and then live from the booth at 6:55 as the Bishop Dwenger Saints host the Carroll Chargers next Friday night at 7 p.m. right here from Shields Field. 36.4 seconds remaining here in the first half as Homestead lines up the kick. They will kick with the wind as Fry will kick from the 40-yard line.
Gunnar Fry, very good veteran kicker for the Homestead Spartans. He seems like he's been around forever.
Right. Finley back deep for the Saints. Here is a snap. End over end kick taken near the 5-yard line. 10, 15, 20, 25. Gets a seam. Gets a run back to the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, 50. Takes a run. He's at the 40. Takes a dive. Is still on his feet down to the 24-yard line.
Number 29, Henry O'Keefe, showed some speed there for the Saints on that run back, and they have 25 seconds to try to figure out how to get 23 yards into the end zone.
Unbelievable run back by O'Keefe. Puts the Saints again back in business into Homestead territory down near the 23-yard line. Just outside the red zone are the Saints. Wow, that was exciting.
Great job on special teams. It parted like the Red Sea for O'Keefe, and he showed some speed that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Knew where to run and how fast to run through. Boy, that was exciting to see right there. And now the Saints are lined up. Short clock, 25.3 seconds. O'Keefe offsets to the right now. Now we've got some player personnel issues.
Confusion on formation here.
Twins right, twins left. Single setback. Lytle with the snap. Looks to throw. Guns it to the corner. And incomplete that time. Looking for a flag and not getting one. The fade to the corner was there, but the receiver was not.
Eifert was tied up over there, it looked like, with Donovan Leonard, number 8 for the Spartans. A lot of hand fighting and so forth going on. A lot of contact, but just I think maybe the officials just decided that it was really not catchable anyway. We'll let it go. I don't know.
Yeah. So that stops the clock with 20 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10 from the 23-yard line. Here's a snap. Lytle again looks to throw. Blitz comes. He steps up. He's got the 50, the 20, the 15. Goes down near the 17-yard line.
It's a first down.
It is a first down.
I think they're going to try to kill the clock here. Spike it.
And that's exactly what he does. He spikes the ball with 12.6 seconds remaining. So Lytle does give him a 1st and 10. The ball is now resting at the 12-yard line. Check that. Make that the 11-yard line.
They've used 2 timeouts. Do they have 1 remaining?
I don't know that they do have a timeout remaining. And now the officials call a timeout. They need to talk about a few things.
Homestead player down.
Homestead player is down on the far side of the field.
It gives the Saints a timeout here to talk about things amongst themselves, I believe.
Indeed. Now the scoreboard says that Saints do not have any timeouts left and that Homestead has 2 left. And let's assume that's accurate. 12.6 seconds remaining here in the first half. The Saints, let's recap things, are facing a 2nd and 10 off of the Lytle scramble through the middle. The ball is resting at the 11-yard line of Homestead. This all happened after O'Keefe's massive kickoff return set up the Saints. And then Lytle takes it down inside the red zone, down to the 11-yard line.
2nd and 11. No timeouts left. 12.6 seconds on the clock. You would assume that the Saints will have to throw this ball into the end zone. They don't have the ability to run it here. They're going to have to throw it and throw it into the end zone, either a touchdown or an incompletion.
Twins left, 1 wide right is Lido. Here's a snap. Looking to throw, looking right, checking off, rolling right, looking to throw, firing over the middle, and picked off in the end zone. No good. Archbold.
Horrible decision. Lytle was on his way. He's forced out of the pocket. He was rolling right and just kind of threw it up for grabs, hoping one of his guys would come up with it, and a Spartan did.
Archbold with the pick in the end zone for Homestead, kills the drive and the sidelines for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. And Homestead will take over 1st and 10 with 4.8 seconds remaining here in the first half. They lead 14-8.
Huge play. Huge play by the Homestead defense right there to finally get a stop down there in the end zone like that. Just a big play on their part and just an unfortunate decision.
Homestead looks like they're going to take a knee, and that's exactly what Goody does to wind down the first half of action, and that's going to do it here, ladies and gentlemen. The Homestead Spartans 14, the Bishop Dwenger Saints 8, and we have a whale of a game on our hands. We're going to step out for a little 1-minute break. When we come out, it's our halftime show presented by Shawnee Construction. So stick around, football fans. We're back in 60 seconds. You are listening to SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM. and gentlemen. Brought to you by Shawnee Construction and Engineering, a full-service construction firm that meets and exceeds expectations. With a 94% repeat and referral business, when we say partnering for a lifetime, we mean it. That's Shawnee Construction, our halftime sponsor. All right, so we are broadcasting live from Bishop Dwenger High School, where the Homestead Spartans are atop the Saints, 14-8 is your halftime score. And we are working to get those numbers together for you. And just a quick look. I think we're going to see if, in fact, we can get a hold of our sideline reporter, Dave X, who might be down on the field right now with some first-half observations, but we're going to give him some time to see what he's got. Dave, when we talk about that first half of action here in this contest, I know what we see up here, but you had talked about a tremendous amount of energy and enthusiasm and some pads hitting and popping down there. What was this contest like in the first half for you guys on the sidelines?
Well, I really felt the Momo on Dwenger's side there until this last series by what I saw was a very exciting group of Homestead Spartans. They started double teaming on our down tackle, and every time that running back would hit inside that double team, and there was nobody there.
Right.
And they just kept hitting it, and nobody answered it. And that's the first time I've seen Dwenger not respond. Yeah. But that's why I say you got two great football teams. They're going to go in those locker rooms at halftime and try to figure out an answer on both sides.
They surely will. And how important tonight, too, Godfather, let's talk a little bit about special teams when you're down there. Everybody talks about X's and O's and offense and defense, but how critical is that special teams play, huh?
Oh, my goodness. That Patrick O'Keefe, I was right next to him there. I was almost on the hash mark when he caught it. And, I mean, he just looked like he had – end zone in his eyes.
Yeah.
And then I said, man, that kid's got wheels. And then you said, man, there were some wheels on that. I'll tell you what, that was an exciting run just to put Dwenger back into it. It's not what happens to you. It's how you respond to it. And the way he responded and put the Saints back in a position to get back in that game, to me, it was very exciting.
Great stuff, Godfather. Thank you so much. Well, the band for Bishop Dwenger is preparing for their halftime show. And, again, just to recap, in case you're just joining us, broadcasting live from Bishop Dwenger High School, where the Homestead Spartans are atop the Saints 14-8 here at the end of the first half. Our halftime presentation is going on right now. And I think what we'll do, before we again talk to Corey Kitchen, our color commentator, let's turn it over to Tony. Tony, do you have some first half numbers for us?
I do. By player over for Homestead, Luke Goody. He goes 12 passes for 76 yards and 2 runs for a net total of a +6 on running. Then Brennan Hardwick, 16 for 92 rushing. He has the 15-yard touchdown and then a 2-yard touchdown. Then he also goes 3 for 22 in receiving. Cam Rogers, receiving, 3 for 33 yards. Jared Kistler, 1 for 24. And Jake Archbold receives 1 for 4 yards. Over on the Dwenger side, much like Goody, very similar numbers. Brennan Lytle, 12 for 79. He did pick up that last end of half INT, and then he also ran for 4 for 23 yards receiving, and then Alex Fosnoff, 1 for 31. Patrick Finley, he's six rushes for 11 yards, and he also picked up that 2-point conversion. Then Griffin Eifer goes 3 for 61, and Devin Tittman, 6 for 22 rushing.
All right, thanks very much for that, Tony Lake. We'll talk to Tony a little bit later in our halftime presentation. And just a reminder, folks, that Tim Didier Meats is one of our Game Time sponsors. They're locally and family-owned for 37 years. Tim Didier Meats has built a reputation for fresh custom meat orders and customer service. If you'd like that special cut of beef for your next gathering, Tim Didier Meats can help. Prime rib, filet mignon, and Tim's own special ground beef, made fresh daily, can be ordered within a day's notice. To place your order, call 260-482-8400 or find them on the web at timdidiermeats.com. Also, another reminder, folks, if you don't follow us on Twitter, please do so. We are at 1063 Sports We've added another dimension to our social media campaign. We've got Mike Kelly out there on the field doing some videos and some special plays for us, live tweeting these events throughout the season as well. So always great to catch those things on Twitter, if in fact you can. And again, we are at 1063 Sports. We'll go ahead and step out for a little 1-minute break. When we come back, we'll talk to Corey Kitchen and company, not only about the first half, but what we can look forward to in the second half as well. We're back in 60 seconds. You're listening to SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
For every victory, for every highlight, for every team in the Summit Athletic Conference, we've got you covered. Like, follow, and subscribe for all the latest.
Broadcasting yes, we are alive, and we are live at Bishop Dwenger High School. Alongside Corey Kitchen, I'm Sean McBride. Now it's time for our sponsor spotlight. And right now, you heard him a little bit before, and now in his dual role, not only a statistician, but more importantly, he is the executive director of the Franciscan Center. Mr. Tony Lay joins us with an update from the Franciscan Center. Tony, thanks for being with us tonight.
All right, well, thanks for having me as always.
You bet. Tell us a little bit about not only what's going on at the Franciscan Center, but more so the mission of the Franciscan Center to start out with.
Well, we are celebrating our 30th anniversary this year in service to others, and that service it's a service of love to the poverty, the poor, the downtrodden of Fort Wayne and surrounding areas. And it's something my mother, Sally Lay, started 30 years ago. Still going strong today. A lot of support from our donors and volunteers keeping the wheels moving over there, and it's just really a great effort of donors and volunteers coming together to serve the poor in Fort Wayne.
And when you talk about that, that's kind of a big blanket statement. But what specifically do you guys engage in on a regular basis, whether it's annual, semi-annual, or weekly? What are you doing for those folks?
Right. So we have three main ministries. First one is our sack lunch program, and that services over 1,000 individuals every Saturday. And then we have our food pantry. And then that's open 2 days a week where our clients can come in and with the help of our volunteers and staff, they can go through and get the food items they need to try to carry them through. And then also our medicine cabinet is a very neat program. These are these items that aren't otherwise fall under the umbrella of any social service group. These are things like health and wellness items, toothpaste, toothbrush, soaps, shampoos, toilet paper, things like that.
Okay.
A lot of hygiene items. Again, these are things you can't buy with food stamps or other social services organizations. So we're able to give those seldom thought about but very necessary items.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of great stuff there, Tony. So as the executive director of the Franciscan Center, how can our listening audience get involved? What's a good way? Do you need some drivers to drive around lunches? Or,
yes.
How can we help?
Well, any kind of time, talent, treasure, that whole thing that people say, but there's no end. There's no shortage of ways you could help. If you wanted to talk to me personally, to get a little more information, you can always call our office, and that number is 744-3977. Either myself or any of our staff who are very, very helpful in working with outside help. Any of us can guide you in the right direction.
Question about the thrift store. One of the things we really didn't mention, as far as that goes. Tied to that, a part of the ministry, how does that help?
Absolutely.
Okay, tell us a little bit more about that.
Our thrift stores, they are a prime funding source. They keep our doors open at the center itself.
Okay.
But above and beyond that, we're able to use that as a resource to help people in need, people who, for whatever reason, they are in dire straits. Maybe they're back to school and they don't have the funds to get their kids into new uniforms or clothes or shoes. Or you could have fire instances where people are, they had a house fire or a flood or something to where they lose their furniture. And we can be a resource in that regard as well.
Sure, absolutely. Final question for folks: gently used items and things to donate or to go shopping. Where are you guys located?
So right here by Dwenger, we're up on the corner of Coliseum and Parnell in the Coliseum shops strip mall there, in between the BP and Shell station on Coliseum. Mm-hmm. And then out southwest, we are on the Jefferson Plaza on the corner of Getz and Jefferson Boulevard, and that's the southwest corner.
Okay. All right, good stuff. Tony Lay, Executive Director for the Franciscan Center. Thanks so much for joining us, Tony.
Thank you.
Thanks for the stats tonight, too. Appreciate that. All right. So Tony Lay and the Franciscan Center is our sponsor spotlight tonight. We can't thank them enough for being with us. As we wind along into our halftime presentation here, 3 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the halftime. In case you're just joining us, 14-8 is your score. Homestead over the Bishop Dwenger Saints here on North Clinton. We're going to step out for a little 30-second break. When we come back, we'll join Corey Kitchen and the godfather of football, Dave X, to talk a little bit more about the first half and, more importantly, what we might see in the second half. So stick around, football fans. You're listening to SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete ceiling, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne. Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will...
Shoulder pads off and got a sling on his left arm. We think it might be something shoulder related, but ultimately that's a big loss on both sides of the football for the Saints, probably more so on the defensive side than the offensive side, where they have a lot of running backs in that stable, but he may be the best linebacker pound for pound in the city at his outside linebacker spot, and that is a huge loss defensively for Casey Kolkman.
Well, the Saints are getting ready to receive the ball. They will have their offense shown here in the first series of the third quarter. And Corey, we know this first series in the second half can do a lot for a program, especially you're down 6 right now, 14-8 is the score. This could really set the tone for the second half in this contest.
No doubt about it. I mean, if you're Mark Watts, all you're telling your guys is relax. We're down 6 points. Yeah. One score takes care of the disadvantage on the scoreboard. We're in great position here. We're getting the ball, and we're getting it to start the half. No issues, and it looks like they are going with the wind or against the wind here to start the second half?
It looks like they're going to be with
the wind. That's perfect scenario for them to start out and get hot here in the third quarter. Should take everything in the playbook available to them with being with the wind, both run and pass. Nothing to be concerned about here. Let's play Dwenger offensive football.
Finley, Steele, and O'Keefe back deep for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. As number 35, Gunnar Fry, gets ready to kick off this third quarter.
I would expect a steady dose of hard-nosed hard-running Dwenger football right out of the gate here to try to exert their will on their opponent a little bit right out of the locker room, Sean.
There you go. Fry tees it up at the 40, kicking left to right on your radio dial to the south. Kick is up in the air, end over end kick. Looks like O'Keefe is going to have a shot at it near the 15-yard line, going back towards the middle, looking for some room, wrangled at the 10 and pulled down.
Wow, tremendous tackle there on the special teams from number 24, Carter Cronin-Wet from the Homestead Spartans, a 6', 185-pound junior, just cut off O'Keefe and before he was able to really get that speed going.
They mark the ball down at the 19-yard line, and here comes Lytle and company on offense. Working off the right hash mark, going right to left on your radio dial. Saints will line up in an I formation, 1st and 10 from their own 19. 2 wideouts on the short side. Get to the tailback, bouncing it outside. Trying to find that edge is Finley. He gets pursued and dropped, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
And there's the guy that would have the argument for best linebacker in the city. That's Cam Rogers from the Homestead Spartans. He may have heard me, got a little fired up by that, and makes the tackle for no gain there.
Lytle stands close to the sidelines, awaiting the play. Finally gets back to the huddle. About 12 seconds left on the play clock. And here come the gold helmets. 2nd and 10 from the 19. I formation again. Here's a snap. Tailback through the middle. Getting through there is Finley, falling forward through the linebacker core, past the 20, out to the 24-yard line. Gain of 5 that time by Finley.
Just looked like a straight-up zone run right up the middle, maybe an isolation run with the fullback lead blocking. And they are using Finley in the backfield a little more here than Devin Tippmann to start this half. So maybe giving Tippmann a little bit of a blow and trying to use some speed back there with Finley.
Sure. Pick down here for the Saints, 3rd and 5 from the 24 now. They converted very well on 3rd downs in the first half. Let's see if they can do it again. Same I formation. Bootleg, right side, he's looking to throw, going deep. He airs it out. He's got a man. That's Eifert. He's got a catch. No, in and out, and a flag.
Yep, looked like we had some interference there. Number 8 for the Homestead Spartans, Donovan Leonard, who seems to be in the mix on most of the pass plays out there for the Spartans, and a little bit of face guarding to the receiver. Really wasn't looking for the ball. He was in the face of Eifert and made that penalty happen.
All right, so the white hat and stripes are out there talking near the 40-yard line. Here comes the call. It is against Homestead. And that will be a 3rd down conversion for the Saints. So they keep the drive alive here as the officials figure out where the ball is going to be. They were at the 24. And now Coach Zolman is out near the numbers, talking to the white hat, wanting an explanation. They place the ball at the 39-yard line.
A little confusion going on over there, I'm sure.
Surely is.
Coach Zolman is
talking to 3 officials at the same time. That's talent.
Trying to figure out exactly what's bothering him.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty blatant interference there.
Well, they placed the ball at the 39, but the officials are still talking over on the sidelines.
And they have not moved the sticks yet.
They have not. So even more confusion here. Start the 3rd quarter.
But those down markers look beautiful, Sean. The lighted down markers here at Bishop Dwenger High School. Fantastic addition to the to the stadium. The down markers look great.
They do. All right, so it looks like everybody is done, if you will. The chains start to move. The down marker moves. Ball's at the 39. 1st and 10 for the Saints. Let's go. Here we go. Come on now. Here's a snap. Get to the tailback, bouncing it outside. That's 2-5. Devin Tittman gets around the edge into the linebackers and falls forward for gain of 3, maybe 4.
Well, and you said it, falls forward. I mean, the difference between Devin Tittman and most of the other running backs in the Dwenger stable is even if he is stone-faced dead caught at the line of scrimmage, he is going to fall forward for 3 or 4 yards. It's just the nature of his ability to run with a low center of gravity.
Gained 4 that time, bringing up 2nd and 6 for the Saints. A little more breathing room now, out to the 43-yard line. Trips package left. Single setback. Here's a snap. Get to the tailback, puts a shoulder into it, won't find much. There might have been a ball popped loose.
Ooh, Cam Rogers came from the inside linebacker position and just laid a stick onto the running back there, Devin Tittman. And Devin's getting up a little bit gimpy.
Yep. He is not moving an arm, and they call a timeout as he makes his way off the field. Crone checks in, as well as Finley for the Saints. Not much of a gain there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6 now. And we'll have to keep an eye on young 25 there for the Saints. Maybe it's just a stinger. On 3rd and 6, another big 3rd down conversion attempt for the Saints. Here's a snap. Lytle looks to throw. Pressure comes. He steps up into the pocket. Decides to tuck it and run. He's got the 1st down and more into Homestead territory.
Good decision on the part of quarterback Brendan Lytle on that one. Was pressured out of the pocket, stepped up, and then went for the 1st down, basically. Didn't have a lot of receivers open, it didn't appear to me. He's cramping up a little bit himself here.
Yeah, he took a little bit of a shot there at the end. He comes up favoring that leg, but appears to be okay for now. He got into Homestead territory down to the 47-yard line, and another 3rd down conversion on the books for the Saints. 1st and 10 coming up. I formation, Lytle under center, pitch, left side, looking for that kick-out block. Got a little bit of room and is taken down near the 45 is Lewis Tittman.
Our first look at Louis Tittman tonight. We're down to him on the depth chart, I think, due to the running backs that are going down seemingly left and right from the Saints. But nonetheless, Louis Tittman with a nice little run on a toss sweep to the left side.
Gain of a couple there brings up 2nd and 8. Your score 14-8. Homestead over the Saints. Saints driving here, first drive of the 3rd quarter. The lineup with twins right and left and a single setback. Lytle in the shotgun. Here's a snap, quick screen. That's Lito trying to find some separation. Good stiff arm, gets north and south. Inside the 45, down to the 42.
Cole Etchison was there, but did not make the tackle. Great stiff arm from Lito and was able to pick up some further yardage. Going to give him a nice, manageable 3rd and 4.
Ball is at the 41-yard line with 7 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. This drive eating up a lot of time here in the 3rd quarter for the Saints as O'Keefe checks out and Crone checks in. Third and 4 from the Homestead 41. Lytle under center, pitch. Tailback cuts it up, tries to get there, can't. Flag comes out. He's going to be stuffed near the 40-yard line.
Toss sweep to Louis Tittman around the right end. Cam Rogers came in there like his hair was on fire, if you will, and made a great stop, and the Saints are called for holding as well.
Wow.
They may take him back here.
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah, I would probably. And that's exactly what they're going to do. So they're going to cross the midfield stripe, take it back into Dwenger territory, back to the 48-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 15 now for the Saints. As Finley checks back in and Lytle brings in the play from the sidelines.
Once again, the kind of down and distance situation you're trying to avoid, those certain passing downs of 3rd and 15.
Trips package to the left side. Here's a snap. Lytle looks to throw. He's got some time. Rolls to his right. Has pressure. Decides to tuck it. No, they caught his shoestring, and he goes down.
Yep, got back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing further, and it looked like he's having calf trouble now, Lytle.
He is sitting on the carpet. He wants to get up. Finally pulled up by a teammate, but he does come up gimpy. That whole series, he was holding that calf, and I think he needs a good stretch.
Like cramping to me, Sean.
Yeah. All right, so no gain on the play. 4th and 15 coming up. Now Lytle punts. So.
Yep, we're going to have a new punter. Tanner Tutwiler is going to get the opportunity to boot one here for the Saints.
Tutwiler is a senior, checks in at 6 foot 200 pounds, wearing number 81.
Typically a very capable punter.
He awaits a snap, high snap, but he does have it. Gets his leg into it, goes a little bit to the right, takes a sidewards bounce, takes a Dwenger bounce inside the 10, rolling down to about the 5, maybe the 6-yard line.
Outstanding job by Tanner Tutwiler. He grabbed a ball that was above his head, was able to get the punt off, and then kicks it inside the 10-yard line. You can't ask for more than that.
That's exactly why they bring him on. Next man up mentality, and Tutwiler comes through. 14-8 is your score with 6.5 to go here in the third quarter. Homestead on top of Dwenger and now with the ball. The first drive of the third quarter for the Saints has stalled, and now the defense comes on. And the Saints really, at this point, kind of worried about some key injuries.
Yeah, no question about it. Devin Tittman's a huge deal. Hopefully he returns to the defensive lineup because he will leave a massive hole to fill if not. Oh, he's in there.
Here's a snap, play action, looks to throw. No, it was a give. Nothing there. Finally tackled back in the end zone. They will give him forward progress for Hardwick near the 3, maybe the 4-yard line.
Yeah, loss of 3 or 4. The Saints had plenty of defenders right there to meet Mr. Hardwick.
They do place the ball at the 4-yard line. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 13. And Homestead will be operating in the shadow of their own end zone.
I would expect Casey Coltman to bring the house down here.
Standing in his own end zone is Goody with a single setback as Hardwick. Here is the snap, give to Hardwick. Tries to find his way through the middle. Doesn't find much. Still churning. Maybe north of the 5. Maybe got 1, possibly 2.
Number 50 for the Saints, Jack Knight, does a nice job at nose guard and bottling the middle of that Dwenger defense up. And they were able to stop Hardwick for maybe a gain of 1 or 2.
3rd and 11 now coming up for Homestead. With 5:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Saints look to the sideline for some encouragement. Bell finally rings. Here's a snap. Rolling is Goody. Firing out to the flats. He's got a man. It's caught. Great catch that time. Broken. No, stepping out of bounds is number 6, Kistler, with a huge catch for Homestead.
Tremendous throw and catch. It was a timing route on an out route beyond the first down markers. Goody let that ball go before Kistler even turned around. That shows you they've been working in the summer on their timing together and could finish each other's sentences, so to speak.
Exactly right, and it paid off in spades that time. A big first down conversion there out of the shadow of their end zone. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line for Homestead. Here's a snap. Give to Hardwick. Tries his way through the middle. Nothing there. He is buried at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the Saints have done some nice adjustments at halftime. Whatever Coach Kolkman, our defensive coordinator for the Saints, has done, he has really bottled up that run game that was moving the ball quite well at the end of the first half.
Yeah. 2nd and 10 now coming up for Homestead. Little will be the tight end on the right side. Single setback behind is Hardwick. Goody from the shotgun. Here's a snap. Give to Hardwick. No. Play action. Pressure coming through the middle. He's rolling to the right. Fires to the sidelines. It's caught. And it is good. Again, that is Kistler on the catch.
Great job of evading the rush and moving and throwing on the run outside the pocket from Luke Goody there. Saints adjustment they've made defensively without Hayden Ellinger in there is they brought Patrick Finley from the strong safety position down to outside linebacker and inserted Alex Fosnaw at strong safety now. So Finley, jack of all trades, being able to move from strong safety to outside backer for the defense.
Brings up a 3rd and 2 now for Homestead from the 33-yard line. Here's a snap, looking to throw, quick screen, lofts it. It's got a man in stride. He's got the first down and gets it out to the 40-yard line. Little wheel route that time pays off for Homestead.
Yeah, a little swing route by Hardwick out to the left. Kind of a dangerous pass. Goody overthrew a defender and just kind of floated it out there. And then Hardwick really put a lick on the tackler, Howie Steele.
Yeah, he did. So another first down for Homestead, taking it out to their 41-yard line. First and 10 for the Spartans with 3:55 to go here in the third quarter. Here is a snap. He looks to throw from the shotgun. Fires over the middle. He's got his man. Just a quick hitter over the middle. And again, it's caught by number 9. That's Griffin Little.
First catch of the night for the Bowling Green product. Tight end Griffin Little. Coach Kolkman told me this week when I talked to him that he described Griffin Little in one word: monster. He said that kid is a monster. He's a Division I tight end, and I'm kind of surprised, quite frankly, Homestead hasn't gotten him involved yet.
Right. Gain of about 7 that time. 2nd and 3 coming up. Man in motion now. Jet sweep. No, they fake it to him. No, they do, and it's tripped up and caught. Tackle for loss that time. 3-6. Nice job.
Gage Runbarger set the edge right there and just absolutely shut down that jet sweep from Jake Archibald.
So now it's not so easy for Homestead. They'll be facing a 3rd and 8 with the ball back at their own 43-yard line. St. Faithful on their feet now on a big 3rd down opportunity for Homestead. Here's a snap, and he looks to throw. He does. He's still got the ball back there. He's looking to throw. He's finally gotten pressure. Airs it out deep, well out there, and thrown over the head of his intended receiver near the 12-yard line. He was trying to get Kistler on the fly, and he was not able to do it, and he picked himself up off the carpet.
Kistler had a step on Alex Fosnaw, but Goody was forced from the pocket and had to throw that on the run, and just about a yard too far. A little inaccuracy because of being forced out of there.
So the 4th and 8 is up for the Homestead Spartans, and the punt team comes on. So the Saints defense holds. Again, that drive started within the 5-yard line for the Homestead Spartans after the penalty. Did a good job of putting together some first downs, but it finally stalls here near midfield. Kick is away. They brought the pressure. High end-over-end kick, not very deep, and it's going to be out of bounds.
It's the second time tonight that Goody sort of shanked it off to the left under a little bit of duress back there with the special team of the Saints putting some pressure on.
That they did. Let's check in with the godfather of football, Coach Dave X.
I found it interesting. I mean, that series they were mainly pass blocking. I didn't see any double teams, all pass blocking, and they had a lot of success with their passing last week, so that stands to reason. But I'll be interested to see if they don't go back to that double team run drive.
Right. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's see what the Saints can do here on offense. Brendan Lytle is out there, number 13, power eye right. 3 men in the backfield behind him. Here's a snap. Around the left side, bouncing it outside, looking for some room is Louis Tipman, falling forward out past the 35 to the 37.
This is the Saints' bread and butter. When they got in trouble a year ago offensively and they needed something to stem the tide, they'd get in the power eye. And here they go. They give the ball to Louis Tipman behind the blocking of their fullback. It looked like Crone is in there at full, and they've got Vinny Fiacable in as the power back.
Yep. Big number 62 is back there. Same formation. Offset left. This time they go back to it. Looking for some room, getting north of the 40, out to the 42-yard line, taking 3-4 bites at a time, or yards per bite, I should say. Louis Tipman again with the carry. And we're under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Right now we're looking for the Saints at about 3rd and 2.5.
3.5 yards a carry is what they're looking for right now, and Devin Tipman's inserted in on a big 3rd down.
Here we go. They'll keep the power eye look. Vinny Fiacable split out to the right side as the power back slot. Here's a snap. Give to Tipman. Tries to bounce his way around the edge. Fighting for it. Diving for it. Looks like he might have it. It's going to depend upon the spot near the 45.
Death, taxes, and Devin Tittman on first downs, Sean.
That's it. They move the chains, get it north of the 45, and that will be a Bishop Dwenger Saint first down. 1 minute and 2 seconds remain here in the third quarter. Your score 14-8. Homestead on top of the Saints, and we're just about 12 minutes to play. They will again line up power I right. Oh, we got some movement along the line. And this is probably going to go against the Saints. Was that Henry getting a little too eager?
Like it may have been.
That is a false start against the Saints.
It may change their mind on their power set that they've got potentially. Yep. Read my mind.
Yeah.
Wholesale substitutions right. Bringing the power eye out and the passing unit in. That's the problem. You get behind in the sticks like this, and it kind of takes you out of what you want to do.
Can't really, yeah. All right, 1st and 15, ball north of the 40-yard line for the Saints, working right to left on your radio dial. I formation this time, give it to the first man through, covering in that ball, getting it back to the 45 is number 34 for the Saints.
Gavin Groves makes his first appearance of the evening out of that Dwenger running back stable, and he able to carry the ball for, about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah. All right, we've got a Homestead player down on the carpet. So we'll go ahead and step out for a little 30-second break. Stick around, folks. This is SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Bishop Luers High School is a Catholic educational institution which fosters dignity, integrity, respect, and responsibility in all students. Check them out on the web at www.bishopluers.org. 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and we have attending to a Homestead Spartan who is now up off the carpet. Get a number there, Corey?
Yeah, number 29, Ryan Burton, it appears to me. Ryan is a junior, 6'1", 205, linebacker for the Spartans, so they'll be without him on this second down play at least.
So after that play, the Bishop Dwengers gain of 5, back to 2nd and 10 now. Off of that run. And this will probably do it for the third quarter. We'll flip fields and come back for the start of the fourth quarter.
They really don't have to run a play, but they may do it anyway.
Here's a little high snap, play action, throws out to the flats. He's got his man and is caught stepping out of bounds with a tiptoe is Eifert, and that stops the clock with 1.3 seconds remaining.
Got a flag down in the middle of the Dwenger offense. It appears it's a hold.
Oh, holding against the Saints. Bitten by the flag bug tonight are the Saints.
And that's a big one. They were setting up for 3rd and 4.
Yeah, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, something like that. 3rd and manageable regardless.
And they're going to back up to about 2nd and 20, it appears to me.
Right.
With 1.3 seconds left in the third quarter here.
That's another tough one against the Saints as they march the ball back to the 35-yard line. No, don't move the chains, just a down marker. Okay. Like you can hear me from up here. All right, here come the Saints, and that's going to do it. They wind the clock with the set, and the third quarter is over. 12 minutes to go in this contest. 14-8 is your score. When we come back, the Saints will be facing 2nd and forever. We're going to step out for a 1-minute break. Stick around, football fans. You're listening to SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3. So hold on, crew. Stand by. We've got some confusion on the field.
I think they're questioning whether they actually should have wound the clock on
the snap or the set.
after the penalty.
Right.
Thinking it should be 1.3 on the clock. Should not have wound it, given the fact that there was a penalty.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. They did put 1.3 back on the clock. And now they're going to wait to reset the down marker. The officials are going to talk about a couple things here. Both teams staying lined up. As Homestead coach is out past the numbers again tonight, wanting to talk to the officials.
Coach Garrett's near the numbers, wanting to talk to the officials. They should get them together at midfield.
Yeah, that's right.
Not real sure exactly what the discussion is pertaining to. It seems pretty simple to me. 2nd and 10 with 1.3 left in the quarter. 2nd and 20, excuse me.
So still we have a discussion here. This might take more than a couple seconds, so let's talk about some friends of the station here. Folks, when you open an Elevate membership at Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, you'll get $50 in your new account and another $50 for an eligible nonprofit, like a Catholic high school, parish, or even Redeemer Radio. You already share our values. Why not share in our beliefs? That's Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. And even after talking about that, we still have a timeout on the field, trying to get the coaching staffs off the field. So it looks like the Saints will be able to run a play here with 1.3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Again, they're facing a 2nd and 20. The ball is at their own 35-yard line. And now we have another whistle.
They had already
moved the chains.
They had already flipped the chains for the next quarter, and here we are back to getting that properly set for the last 1.3 seconds.
Wow.
I don't think anybody told the chain gang what to do. All right, maybe here we go.
Okay, so the whistle blows. Here we go. Here's a snap. Another bootleg to the right side. Lytle sets up, fires over the middle. He's got his man. Lito takes a shot, but he does gain 11, maybe 10 on the carry.
Wow,
on the catch.
Ryan Burton, number 29 for the Spartans, laid the wood to Lito there, but a gain of about 10 or 11.
All right, so that will do it for the third quarter, folks. Now we take our 60-second break and prepare for the last 12 minutes of the contest. 14-8 is your score. Homestead on top of Dwenger. Stick around. We're back in 60 seconds. This is SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade. You'll work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defense December 24th through January the 2nd on Tuesday and Thursdays. And the Always 100 Pro Camp 2020 takes.
We are back to live action. Start of the fourth quarter here. The Bishop Dwenger Saints are ready on their 3rd and 10 conversion, but now we have a timeout on the field for Homestead.
Must not have liked their alignment on that 3rd and 10 play. Something that the Saints did not sit well with the defensive staff, so they're going to talk about it.
We're going to head down to the sidelines and check in with Nick Gray with scores and updates from around the area. Nick Gray, what do you have for us?
Well, here I am, guys. Right now, Concordia is leading Bishop Luers 42-14. So, looked like Luers was gaining a little momentum coming back, but again, Concordia is leading 42-14. Carroll's beaten Northrop 35-0. Snyder's up on Southside 42-0. Leo is leading New Haven 37-7. And Northside at Wayne, that one, Northside's leading 20-8. So back up.
Thank you, Nick. All right, now timeout is over. We are back to live action. 3rd and 10 for the Saints. Lytle in the shotgun. Pump fake. Runs through the middle. Has some pressure. Gets dropped. A little bit of yards there. Maybe gain of 3 out to the 48.
Yep, they chased Lytle out of there. I don't know that he was under as much pressure as he felt. But he got out of there, and there were a whole host of Homestead linebackers waiting for him.
Right. So he will stay in there. The punt team comes on. Lytle will boot this one away. One man back deep for the Homestead Spartans. Might be Archbold. Here's a snap, a little low. Soccer style kick that time. It is taken by Archbold, trying to find his way outside. Gets a little wall set up, back to 30, 35, maybe the 36 before he's brought down.
Oh, we got a flag on the sidelines.
Yeah, we do.
Number 29 for the Spartans made a great block, but he took his defender all the way to the track. And they're going to call him for a personal foul, I believe. Unnecessary roughness.
Right. Let's see what the call is here coming up. And if it does take another 5 minutes. Well, again, we've just started the 4th quarter, ladies and gentlemen. The Homestead Spartans on top of the Bishop Dwenger Saints, 14-8. The Saints have stalled on offense, punted the ball away, and there was a flag on the far side of the field. And they are looking to mark this one off against Homestead. Here comes the call. It is a personal foul against Homestead. Luke, you're right.
Luke Palmer did a great job of getting in position and making sure not to block in the back, but then he extended his block all the way out onto the running track and took that Dwenger Saint all the way into the stands virtually, and you're going to get flagged when you do that.
So they are going to mark this one back at the 21. Is that what we see? Yes, the ball is now placed at the 21-yard line of Homestead. And Luke Goody and company back out on the field with a 6-point lead. We'll see what they can do here on offense in the 4th quarter. 11:09 remaining in this contest. 2 wideouts to the left side. Single setback. Working off the right hash mark. Here's a snap. Give to Hardwick, trying to dance his way through the middle. Oh, he found some pay dirt. Breaks it outside, the 30, the 35. He's got some downfield blocking. Near the 50, gets to the 45 and knocked out of bounds near the 42-yard line.
Fosnall was able to finally make the tackle at the 40, but that's the sort of thing. Oh, we have a flag down in the way back near the first down marker.
Near the 32-yard line. And it is going to be a block on the back by Homestead. This one's coming back. It's getting erased.
Wow, that's a big penalty on the Spartans.
Indeed. All right, so let's see what they do from the spot of the foul. Should be back near the original line of scrimmage. If, in fact, that's the case. Yeah, they're going to spot it at the 22-yard line.
We're just going to redo this play.
Yeah.
1st and 10 once again. But that running game, that's the thing that the Spartans want to get rolling.
Right.
Take them out of definite passing down situations and exert some will themselves up front.
So here they come on 2nd and 10, basically. Goody from the shotgun. Blitz coming through the middle. Looks to throw. Goes to the flats far side. Over the head of the intended receiver and incomplete.
Intended for Kistler. Just a quick hitch where they were trying to pick up about 5 yards, but it was just overthrown. Fairly good coverage out there. Looked like by Colin Stauffer again.
Yeah, Kistler again checking in at 6'3". Tried to use that height advantage, but just a little bit too high. They adjust the stick. It does look like 2nd and 9 now again for Homestead. 2 wideouts on the far side, 1 wideout here on the close side. Quick give. Hardwick tries to find his way through the middle. Won't find much. pushes his way close to the 25-yard line.
Watercutter did not make the tackle on that, but he sure forced him inside to the linebackers. He did a great job from his defensive tackle spot.
Corey, as you know, there's a difference between making the tackle and making the play.
Yep.
And he surely did that time. We'll call it a gain of 4 that time, bringing up a 3rd and 6. At the 25-yard line is Homestead. Saints faithful on their feet. Goody lines up in a shotgun. 2 wideouts on the close side. Here's a snap. He looks to throw. He's got some time. Now he's flushed. Rolling to the right side. Pressure comes. Throws it down the field. And it is a wide open and caught near the 27-yard line is Archbold, number 3.
Jake Archbold got behind the defense, but there's another flag down.
There is another
way back
flag
at the 20-yard line.
That's right. Is it roughing the passer or is it holding is the question.
Homestead seems to be pretty excited. Their quarterback's pretty excited, so I've got to assume we're probably looking at a roughing the passer penalty.
We had a late rush coming in, and he took a shot after he released the ball. And I think this one might go against Dwenger as Homestead, both squads are going downfield. He launched that one, and it was caught near the 28-yard line of the Saints. Still no call on the field.
It was a terrific catch as well. I mean, the ball really was over his head, and Archibald was able to come down with it. There was not a defender in sight. He could have walked in had he caught it on the run.
Right, yep.
But nonetheless, he came down with it, and it looks like they're going to possibly tack 15 onto the end of that.
Let's see what happens here. It was the personal foul, roughing the passer.
First, probably half the distance inside the 30 here.
Right. And the Homestead Spartans are now set up, raring to go here with 10:03 remaining in the contest. They're already up 14-8. Can they further distance themselves against the Saints? They place the ball at the 14-yard line with a fresh set of downs. That was a tough one.
Yeah, breakdown in the back of the secondary clearly,
yes,
in the sense that they had a wide open receiver there.
From the shotgun, here's a snap. Quick give to Hardwick, end around. He's got the room. He's splitting the defenders inside the 10 and down at the 6.
A lot of running room in there for Braden Hardwick, and you'd have to say that the Homestead offensive line is getting the job done right now in the trenches.
That they are. And let's see, now they're going to actually mark them at the 7-yard line.
Saints are bringing in the Twin Towers, Henry and Wigington up front to go along with Vinny Fiacable. They've got some serious size in there now.
That they do. 2nd and 3 coming up after the 7-yard gain by Hardwick. Tight end flips with the H-back on the left side. Blitz comes through the middle. Give it to Hardwick. He finds a seam. He's still digging. He's inside the 5. False start.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Offensive coordinator's worst nightmare, a false start inside the 10-yard line. Coach Skelton, the offensive coordinator of the Spartans, has got to be just pulling his hair out from the booth over here.
Wow. They'll take it back to the 12-yard line. And again, Homestead can still get a first down at this point. This is going to bring up about a 2nd and 8 now.
Yep, big moment in this football game, obviously. The Saints have brought in the most beef that they've got in that 3-man front, and they're going to try to shut down this, what would you would suppose. Oh.
Wait, what?
Well, we were way back.
They put the ball back at the 17. I think they...
Nah, that's wrong.
Ball doesn't go there, fellas.
It goes up at the 12.
Should be at the 12.
They marked off a 10-yard penalty. They're a little bit confused.
Again. Wow.
This one's not that hard. I'm sorry to tell them, but
they'll figure it out.
There we go. Ball at about the 12.
Yep.
That seems more
what it should be. 8:59 to go in the contest. Homestead up 14-8 over the Saints, facing a 2nd and 8 from the 12. From the shotgun, here's Goody. give to Hardwick. Tries his end around. He's in the backfield and dropped. Devin Tippmann. Wow.
Shot through the middle of that line from his middle linebacker spot and made a tremendous tackle. A tackle for about a 1 yard loss on,
bigger than that.
About a 5 yard loss on the play. Outstanding play, Devin Tippmann. And that's what he brings to the middle of that Dwenger defense.
Yes. All right. So now the ball is at the 18-yard line. 3rd and 13 now for Homestead. Here's a snap. He looks to throw. Guns it into the end zone. One-handed try, no good.
Great pass coverage down there by Alex Fosnaw. Was able to kind of get underneath Little and force him to go up awkwardly at the ball and was not able to come down with it. So 4th down here, and we'll see just how good a kicker Gunnar Fry is.
Gunnar Fry comes in, number 35 for Homestead, to see if he can create some separation here. This would pump the lead up to 9 points.
We're looking at about a 35-yard attempt here.
Working off the left hash mark is Fry. On the 35-yard attempt by number 35. Snap, hold, kick, block. No good. Ball is live, picked up by the Saints at the 20.
Big special teams play. It just shows you how important that offsides penalty was.
You're right.
Offsides inside the 10-yard line. Huge. Changed the whole series.
Godfather, what do you see?
Well, really, what I thought was excellent defensive coaching. Coach Copeman was in on every single play, calling stunts up to the snap of the ball, and these guys responded. I got to take my hat off to the coaching staff and that defensive series there.
Fantastic stuff for the Bishop Dwenger Saints as they avert. They are still within striking distance. The score remains 14-8 with a lot of time left on the clock. 8:11 to go here in the contest.
We got a player, Dwenger Saint, down on the sideline over here receiving medical attention.
Oh, dear.
And the officials appear to want to stop and wait on that. Looks like cramps once again for someone. I can't make out a number.
No, they're stretching them out. Should be all right. So the offense makes its way out onto the field for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Ball is at the 20-yard line. Lytle and company facing a tremendous amount of adversity here during this contest so far. Ellinger got banged up. Devin Tippmann got banged up. Lytle was cramping. Power eye right for the Saints. Here's a snap. First man through. Fullback blast. Not much there for the Saints.
Yep, fullback dive. Lucas Crone off the left side and just was pretty much stoned at the line of scrimmage there.
So just from south of the 20 to north of the 20, the ball is placed. Getting a report that's Finley down on the sidelines there, working the cramps out.
Another huge issue. I mean, he's played a lot of football tonight on both sides of the ball, about every play.
Under center, Lytle. This time get to the tailback, following his first man through. He's got some room. Looks like Tippmann, maybe number 26 on the carry, has enough for the first down north of the 30.
Fresh legs, Louis Tippmann.
Yep.
Making a big difference back there.
That he is.
And as we said a couple of weeks ago, Sean, I think you mentioned it, you can't really see him behind that offensive line.
That's exactly right. Yep.
It's a benefit to him at the tailback spot is he really is not seen behind the big uglies up front.
Right, 13-yard gain that time by Louis Tippmann. And another first down on the books for the Saints. They stay in that power I formation. Here's a snap. Again, get to Devin Tippmann this time, trying to find his way. He cannot, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards.
Donovan Leonard from his corner spot, defensive back for the Spartans, just came up there and made a great open field tackle on Devin Tippmann.
I just have a feeling Coach Watts is really trying to set something up here. Let's see what happens on 2nd and 10 now. 6:40 remaining in the contest. 14-8 is your score. Spartans on top. Saints driving left to right on your radio dial. Facing a 2nd and 10 from their own 34. Lytle under center with a power eye left. Here's a snap. Get to the tailback. Running right this time. Hitting the backfield and dropped.
Cam Rogers in from his linebacker spot. You know, you mentioned setting something up. It's really difficult to set something up from a two tight end look. You don't have anybody out wide. You've got your full house backfield, if you will, in that power I.
Right.
So it's difficult to get much of a passing threat out of that, unfortunately.
And that was a big tackle for loss that time against the Saints, taking it back to the 30-yard line. And now they're facing a critical 3rd and 13 with 5 minutes and 54 seconds remaining. Trips package to the left side. Single setback. On 3rd and 13, Lytle looks over the defense. No pressure. Fires to the flats. And it is going to be incomplete that time. No flag. The intended receiver was Eifert out there.
A lot of contact over there.
I can't believe there wasn't a call.
Yep, number 8, Donovan Leonard was in on the play. Number 30, Cole Etchison for the Spartans was in on the play. A lot of contact there, but no call whatsoever. They let him play.
Punt team comes on for the Saints. Ball resting at the 30-yard line. As Lytle will launch from about the 20.
5:39 left. Saints have all 3 timeouts. This is the right call to make.
Archbold back, standing near his own 40-yard line. Lytle, low liner, and no return coming from Homestead. Takes a Dwenger bounce inside the 25, rolling down to the 20, and will be tapped up just north of the 20-yard line. All right, so here comes Homestead again on offense with 5:27 to go here in the fourth quarter. Folks, H&L Electric is your full-service electrical contractor. From commercial and industrial to residential work, H&L can handle the smallest to the largest of projects for your business or residence. Call our friend Pete Henry at H&L Electric.
You've got some guys out there on that Dwenger defense that have played a lot of snaps tonight, Sean. I worry about that right now.
If Homestead can keep it on the ground and keep those first downs coming, that's the game plan. Here it is, right up the gut, and Hardwick is off to the races. From the 20 out to the 41-yard line, a 21-yard gash right up the middle against that Dwenger defense.
Yep. Devin Tittman, Lucas Crone, Patrick Finley is cramping up. I mean, you've got some guys in the middle of that Dwenger defense that have played a lot of snaps.
Yeah. So a 1st and 10 for Homestead, just north of the 40. Hardwick offset to the left side. Here's a snap. Again, give to Hardwick. End around this time. He does get the edge. He's got more of the 50, the 40, the 30. He is going to be dragged down from behind inside the 30. And another huge run by Hardwick. The Dwenger defense is gassed.
Credit the Homestead offensive line, though. Let's not take anything away from them. They are exerting their will on the Bishop Dwenger Saints, unlike any that we've seen in recent memory.
Takes the ball down to the Dwenger 26-yard line and another first down. And Homestead is rolling with 4:40 remaining here in the contest. 2 wideouts left, 1 wideout right. Hardwick in the backfield. Goody in the shotgun. Here's a snap. Hardwick through the middle. This time they can't get him. He bounces it outside. He's still on his feet. Into the secondary at the 10. Dropped near the 6-yard line.
They are just gashing in 3 plays. They've gone from the 20 all the way down to the 6-yard line.
Yeah, that is another 20-yard run that time by Hardwick. Put a couple of them together here in this drive alone.
You've got to be impressed with that Homestead offensive line and the job they've done tonight.
Just tremendous.
Nobody has pushed Dwenger around like this that we can remember in recent memory. Even the state championship game last year, They didn't get pushed around like this.
No. 1st and goal now for the Spartans. Ball just outside the 5-yard line. Here's a snap. Give to Hardwick, looking for some room through the middle. Finds it. Dragging tacklers with him down to the 1-yard line.
Down to the 1. They keep going to the well there. They're running that inside zone and having a lot of success with it. He does a great job of jump cut. He has the ability to get to a hole, get stopped, jump over, and continue upfield in another gap. Sees it really well.
Under center this time is Goody. And we've got some movement. That's got to be against the offense.
Yep, Homestead, same thing that happened in their last drive.
Right.
They've got a procedure on that offensive line that we've been talking so glowingly about, and they're going to back up 5 yards.
Right. So instead of second and goal from the 1, it's second and goal now from the 6. But with the way they're running, maybe they wanted a little extra room. Who knows? Because as of this drive, that offensive line is in control for the Homestead Spartans. Goody in the shotgun this time with a single setback. Give to Hardwick, bouncing it outside. He won't find much there. He's hitting the backfield and dropped. No gain, maybe even a tackle for loss back at the 7.
Vinny Fiacable said not on this play.
Right.
He wrapped up Hardwick and wouldn't let him go in the backfield.
Timeout on the field, and it's called by the Bishop Dwenger Saints. We've got 3 minutes to go in the contest. The score, 14-8. The Homestead Spartans on top of the Bishop Dwenger Saints. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age.
Broadcasting live from Bishop Dwenger High School alongside Corey Kitchen, I'm Sean McBride. It is 3 minutes to go here in the contest. Homestead on top of the Bishop Dwenger Saints. 14-8 is your score. Homestead threatening on a 3rd and goal from the 7.
It'll be interesting to see what they dial up here, Sean. It's 3rd and 7. They want to score a touchdown, but they also have to be cognizant that a field goal puts this a 2-score game.
Right.
With 3 minutes left in the game, it's not so bad as long as you can make it. They had the last one blocked.
Right, exactly.
So I assume that they'll be concerned about that. They're going to try to score, but they probably won't pull out all the stops to do it.
That makes this down very, very critical right here. Split end this time. He looks to throw on 3rd, throws over the middle, goes down for it. It is, what's the call? Was it picked off? Saints say they have the ball.
And the official says it hits the ground. They're saying incomplete.
Incomplete pass that time. Coach Kolkman does not like the call whatsoever.
Patrick Finley came out of there with the ball off the ground.
Right.
But, tough to tell from up here. I don't know whether the Godfather had any better view of that.
I don't know. Godfather, what'd you see down there? Good call, bad call?
No, I couldn't see where the ball was at. I know the official was looking down. I just like the way Pat Finley stood up and tried to sell it.
There you go. That's right. All right, so Fry in for the field goal attempt here. This will be a 24-yarder right from the middle. Kick is up. Spinning, and it looks good from here, and it is. So 3 more points on the board for Homestead. 17-8 is your score. With 2:51 remaining, we'll step out for a 30-second break. You're listening to SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM. With 2:51 remaining here in the contest. It has been a battle of the heavyweights here tonight, and Homestead proving better so far, and only 2:51 to go here in the game. Saints with some key mistakes tonight, but you can't leave it at that. We've had some key injuries for the Saints as well, because Homestead has also made some very key mistakes tonight too, but they've come up big when they needed to.
They have played a great football game overall, done a nice job. They've got this thing to 2 scores now. This is a big hurdle for the Saints right here.
Indeed it is. And unfortunately, the playmakers that they would rely on normally, a lot of them are banged up, nicked up, or not even playing. So You have to wonder, with Ellinger being out in the second half and the run success that Homestead has had in the second half, was that a factor? I mean, clearly it was.
Yeah, no question
about it. The whole
it.
factor? No, because I think the Homestead offensive line has done a great job. So hats off to them. Here is a squib kick by Homestead. Takes a leap over the Saints receiving core, and they don't have a chance to return it.
What a phenomenal kick.
Yeah.
The big thing Homestead wanted to avoid right there was a big return, and they were pooch kicking it, or squib kicking it, if you will, in order to avoid that, and then it goes into the end zone, and now Dwenger's got to go 80 yards.
That's right. So successful one way or the other. No, that was it. So, all right, again, 2:51 remaining. Saints come out on offense. They're led by the junior quarterback, Brendan Lytle. Single setback, spreading things out now. Twins right and left. Here's a snap. Quick throw. Screen to Lito. He's got it. Getting to the sidelines, pushed out of bounds, just north of the 20 for a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, that's just trying to get some yardage, get out of bounds, stop the clock, but I think they were hoping for more than 1 yard.
Yeah. So not much there on the screen for the Saints. Brings up 2nd and 9. Same formation, Twins right and left. Single setback, Lytle in the shotgun, looking to throw. Throws to the flats, incomplete. His intended receiver that time was Eifert.
Cam Rogers may have got a paw on that, and we say paw because he's got one of them in a big cast. So, but he may have got a tip on that and forced it outside the receiver.
So the incompletion stops the clock with 2:43 to go here in the game. Saints facing now a 3rd and 9 from the 21-yard line. Twins right, Twins left, single setback. Here's a snap. Lytle looks to throw, fires over the middle. He's got his man near the 40 to the 41. That's O'Keefe with a nice grab off the shoulder.
Yeah, it was a great grab. Great description of it. Patrick O'Keefe, nice job in there from the slot receiver spot.
A first down, another nice conversion that time by the Saints on 3rd and long, out to the 41-yard line. Here's a snap. Throws out to the flats. Eifert cannot make it, takes a shot.
Yeah,
in and out of the hands.
Donovan Leonard laid the wood right there on Eifert. He was up in the air trying to come down with that ball and left his midsection exposed, and Donovan Leonard took advantage of it.
That they did. Special thanks to all of our listeners around the world on RedeemerRadio.com, all the viewers at SummitCitySports.com, especially from our friends down in Nashville, Tennessee, and out in the Carolinas. 2nd and 10 now for the Saints. Single setback. Here's a snap. Lytle looks to throw. Has pressure. Decides to dump it. He's got his man. That's number 25 to the 40, the 35. Trying to remember which Tippmann it was.
Devin Tippmann sneaks out of the backfield, Sean, into the flat and was basically uncovered. He was kind of the security valve, if you will, and Lytle does a nice job finding him.
So another first down for the Saints at the 35-yard line of Homestead now as Lytle looks to throw, has time, now decides to pitch. He's running. He's going to go out to the sidelines, try and get out of bounds. He's knocked up at the 30-yard line and taken down.
What phenomenal pursuit there by Cam Rogers.
Right.
He caught him from a long way away, let's just say.
2nd and 5 after Lytle's scamper. Here's a snap, looking to throw, quick throw out to the sticks, and caught by Eifert. That'll be another first down as Dwenger is running a pretty efficient 2-minute drill at this point.
Very methodically going down the field here. Another first down, got out of bounds, stopped the clock, and ball down all the way to the 25 already.
Right.
Really only taking about a minute off the clock.
Yeah, fresh set of downs for the Saints with 1:53 remaining. Twins right and left. Lytle in the shotgun with Tippmann behind him. He's looking to throw. Decides to roll it out. Has trouble, gets hit, and dropped. Cam Rogers again with a big, huge sack that time.
He got whacked. Cam Rogers has been all over the field in this ball game.
Ball is at the 35-yard line.
The Saints are just letting the clock run. They are a little bit out of sorts here.
That they are.
They're walking around. They don't know that the clock's running. Lytle came all the way over to the sideline for the play.
And now he's walking back to his stance.
This is incredible.
Wow. Twins right and left. on 2nd and forever now for the Saints. Lytle in the pocket, decides to get out of the pocket, rolling to his left, scrambling, back to his right, has more pressure, gets free, starts to run north and south, tucks it at the 25, taken down at the 20.
Clock's still running.
Under a minute to go here. Coach is screaming at
I don't understand why they're not using one of their 2 timeouts.
There's bedlam on the Coach
Garrett is beside himself about some particular penalty. He's not paying attention to the clock.
Snap out route, decides to go up north and south down at the 10. And that is Eifert on the catch that time. And they do stop the clock at 35 seconds remaining at the 10-yard line. We've got a Spartan down on the field.
35.7 left.
What just happened?
Well,
there was about 40 seconds where I just really didn't understand the game management principle here by the Saints.
Quite honestly, I think they lost their composure down there.
Right. All right, so we've got a timeout on the field right now. We've got an injured Spartan down near the 20. He's popped up. It looks like he's going to make his way off the field, no problem. Offense is on the field, huddled up near the 20-yard line. Looks like the Saints will be looking at a 1st and goal now from the 10-yard line on the far side of the field with 35.7 seconds remaining in this contest. The score is 17-8. Homestead over the Saints so far. Saints threatening inside the red zone. 1st and goal from the 10. Timeout is over. Offense makes their way back out onto the field. Coach Watts comes off the field. Okay, here we go. 1st and goal from the Saints from the 10-yard line. From the shotgun, Lytle with it, looking to throw, firing, flat, caught, touchdown.
Patrick O'Keefe.
Number 10 on the slant, Patrick O'Keefe. Chalk 6 up on the board for the Saints. The quick hitter pays off for the Saints. Lytle guns one in, tight pocket, and there it is.
It may come down to a situation where they wish they had that 45 seconds that they let march off the clock earlier. They're going to be setting up clearly for an onside kick attempt here with special teams, and if they were able to recover, they would have really liked to have that time back.
No swinging gate here for the Saints as they line up for a standard PAT. Snaps a little high, the hold is down, the kick is up, and it looks good from here, and it is. Oh boy. Okay, 17 by Homestead. 15 for the Dwenger Saints. A 2-point lead for Homestead with 30 seconds remaining in the contest. We're going to step out for a 30-second break. You're listening to SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age.
High School with 30 seconds remaining in this contest. A 2-point margin of victory so far for the Homestead Spartans. The score 17-15. The Spartans over the Saints. O'Keefe caught a 10-yard slant to bring them within 2. Well, within 3, excuse me. The PAT after was good. And Belanda now tees it up at the 40.
Onside kick attempt here, Sean. We're going to test those Dwenger special teams. They've been great all season.
Hands team in for the Homestead Spartans. Belanda makes the approach. Wings it to his left side. Ball clicks up. It's in the air and rolls out of bounds near the 42-yard line, and that might do it. Now, great attempt by the kicker, Belanda, to try and get that one in a position to be recoverable. But it was all for naught, and Homestead will take over.
Saints still have 2 timeouts left. I'm not real sure why, but they do.
Let's see where they're going to mark this. It looks to be about at the 47-yard line of Homestead. False start against the Saints. That's why. Okay, so it went out of bounds at the 42, and then they assessed the penalty. Okay, that makes sense now. So they placed the ball up the 47-yard line. Saints hard up against it with 30 seconds left. 17-15 is your score. Homestead in a victory formation. And Goody just takes the knee. And now a timeout by Bishop Dwenger. They show 2 remaining, so they'll burn one here. Doing everything to try and preserve the clock are the Bishop Dwenger Saints.
Well played football game. I mean, this is what we hoped for when we got here.
Timeout is over, and again the victory formation by Homestead. And that will burn the final timeout for the Bishop Dwenger Saints with 27.3 seconds remaining. And this one is all but in the books as the Homestead Spartans are facing a 3rd and about a 13 at this point. So again, folks, just a reminder, USF football not on the air this weekend as they have a bye week, so stick around for next Friday's action as the Saints will take on the Carroll Chargers here at Dwenger Stadium. Tailgate talk starts at 6 p.m. with the game of the week starting at 6:55 p.m. And that should about do it, folks. 17-15 is going to be your final score. The Homestead Spartans over the Bishop Dwenger Saints here at Dwenger Field.
You know, Sean, they've played 5 games in this series so far between Homestead and Dwenger, and the road team has won all 5 games.
Wow, that's an amazing stat, and it holds true tonight. Wow. All right, folks, we're going to step out for a little 1-minute break. When we come back, we will have our post-game presentation. This is SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
For every victory, for every highlight, for every team in the Summit Athletic Conference, we've got you covered. Like, follow, and subscribe for all the latest.
Gentlemen, this is our post-game presentation coming to you live from Shields Field on the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School, where the Homestead Spartans have knocked off the Bishop Dwenger Saints tonight 17-15. And that is your final score. Speaking of final scores and from around the area, maybe we have some finals or some late games. Let's check in with Nick Gray.
Well, folks, around the area, most of these are finals already. Concordia ended up beating Bishop Luers 49-21. Carroll beat Northrop 42-7. Snyder is up on Southside. The last I checked was 42-0. Looks like Leo beat New Haven 37-14. Eastside at Cherubusco. Eastside won that matchup 42-14. One that our Mr. Mike Kelly's interested in was Garrett at Lakeland. Turns out the Lakers are going to come up shy as they're losing right now 37-28. Bluffton ended up beating Woodland 13-6. West Noble tops the Angola Hornets 34-27. East Noble, another battle up there of 2 undefeated teams, East Noble and DeKalb, and East Noble's winning that one 35-7. Columbia City did beat Huntington North 32-14, and then Northside at Wayne That one, guys, had a 20 or a half-hour lightning delay, and I didn't see any lightning in the area, but Northside's leading that one 34-8. Interesting. Back up to you. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Had a good time.
Thanks, Nick. All right, Corey Kitchen, that's going to do it here, but an impressive victory by the Homestead Spartans tonight.
No question about it. We said in the opening that it's going to take 3 scores to beat the Saints. We thought I meant 3 touchdowns, but they did score 3 times, and that's what it took.
That's right.
It took 2 touchdowns and a field goal tonight to get it done for the Homestead Spartans, and hats off to them. They ran the football when they needed to in the second half. They exerted their will when they needed to, and back for the Saints, they got to recover very quickly because they got a real good Carroll Charger team coming in here next week.
Yeah, that they do. We saw the Saints get beat up tonight and nicked up, and saw some cramping, and a lot of guys just ran out of gas in the second half. And we saw some injuries as well, and we don't know. We hope and pray everybody's going to be okay, but the Saints need to recover very quick because they'll be here again on the turf at Shields Field taking on a very stout Carroll Charger team, and they'll come in chippy as well for sure.
No doubt about it.
So, all right, folks, that's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. Just to repeat, 17-15 is your final score. The Homestead Spartans over the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Many thanks to the entire sports crew, including Mary Poinsett back at the station, keeping us on air tonight. Sincere thanks to Mary for that. Down on the field, we had Nick Gray, our associate executive assistant producer. The godfather of football was our sideline reporter, Coach Dave X. On stats tonight up here in the booth was Mike Lay. For Corey Kitchen, I'm Sean McBride, wishing you all a good night. May God bless you, and we'll see you on the sidelines. This is SAC Football right here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.